My name is Gary Butterfield, he, him.
My name is Kay Ross, she, her.
And you're listening to Watch Out for Fireballs. It is a Games Club podcast.
And this week we are talking about Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, which is an open-world, first-person RPG developed and published by CD Projekt Red for the PC and consoles in 2023.
Yeah, and this is an expansion pack, but it's basically like a little mini-sequel. Yeah. It's very substantial.
Extremely.
Yeah, for Cyberpunk 2077, which is what we did for our winter CRPG last year, we did not, we're going to do all of it, but the game is too long. Turns out this is a little long for a whole episode as well.
Yeah, a little bit, just a skosh.
Yeah, this works as a sequel to that episode, the same way this is an expansion, for the main game. A lot of the generality things are the same. I will say, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on them. I will say, I wanted to ask you about this.
Yes.
If you had the experience, like I really wish I just played this after 2077, diving back in, it was really bringing to this is, I think, narratively stronger than the base game. All the things people say about CD Projekt Red DLCs, stuff like that. It was being reawakened to all of the things I really hate about 2077. Like all of the little annoying things were just like brought back up.
Yeah.
Why you do it like that? Why you like that? Why you do it like that? That sucks. That's a bad way. Oh, that's your skill tree? That sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks.
Gary, the number of skill points that I just didn't fucking spend because I didn't want to.
Who gives a shit?
I didn't look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the worst upgrade systems and economies in video games. Yeah. I don't know how hard we were on it in the main thing, but this just really reminded me like this fucking sucks.
We were pretty hard and I stopped looting after a while.
Yeah. What's the point of doing anything? Yeah. Just give me the fucking story. Like, and the shooting is fine. The end. It's a fine shooter with 1,000 other things bolted to it.
Yeah. So I didn't have a lot of trouble getting back into it. It took me maybe I think 3 hours to get my feet back under me on it. And it was still familiar, so nothing really stood out to me aside from the aforementioned things where it's just I'm just not going to loot anymore. I'm killing stuff fine, and I am my enemy's time to kill is real long. I'm not dying very much, so Yahtzee, I guess.
Very deeply demotivational.
Yes,
as an RPG for me, it wasn't so much new as just reminding me of those things. I also the other kind of caveat I want to throw up here in the beginning is that the Cyberpunk curse, if you remember from that first episode, still continues to affect me, which is shit not triggering. Hilariously, maybe about a third the way through this DLC, all of the side quests I didn't do. Just in the main episode because they just didn't proc. All procced at once. the couple who is involved with the mayor, Judy.
Yeah, the
everyone
paralysis.
Called me all at once. What is his name? Carrie. Everyone called me all within the space of a second. Back to back. And I was like, no, I'm fucking doing something here, man. And it applied to this as well. I was looking through the notes. I didn't end up using a walkthrough for this. I just kind of assumed I could play the main quest.
Yeah.
I'd never run this town, never procced for me.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know that one. Just didn't happen. It's just the way that this game wants you to interface with its content is ludicrous. And I feel like there's that old Onion headline where it's like a point counterpoint and it's a secretary and she's like, this computer hates me. And then the counterpoint from the computer is like, yeah, I really hate her. It feels like that. I feel like, Cyberpunk hates me. I feel silly saying it, but like the software doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, no, it's distributing your social security number on the dark web right now.
100%. It's beyond the black wall. Like my mother's maiden name is beyond the black wall. Help. So yeah, it's all that stuff. So just, I don't want to go through all of that stuff again. It was just a low level patina of irritation throughout my entire experience for something I generally like and think is interesting.
Yeah.
Like narratively, they can still write.
Yeah.
So
I managed to do a whole bunch of stuff. There were a few things where it's like, oh, you've got to steal like 7 cars. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking steal 7 cars. No. Yeah. But
the reward for everything in this game is fucking cars. Yeah. It's also the only thing to spend money on eventually.
Yep. Oh man. Not much is different compared to the base game here. Like all of the big gameplay overhauls, vehicle combat and stuff, that was part of the 2.0 update that coincided with this thing's release. So this is going to be like a real short generalities. There's not really even like development detail around that other than them just realizing, oh, fucked up.
Yeah, we fixed it and we're going to get Idris Elba to come and be the ambassador for the new fixed version of it. It's an expansion. The story of this, it focuses on a woman named Songbird who reaches out to V saying, hey, I might be able to cure your condition. You have the relic chip. It's got a Keanu Reeves in your brain. I can fix this.
Got a bad case of the Reeves.
You got a Reeves. So she calls you and you go to the previously walled off neighborhood of Dogtown. Dogtown is run by a former NUSA or New USA general who is acting as a warlord, like kind of a Colonel Kurtz kind of thing.
Yeah. And you quickly get pulled into something that I actually didn't really expect, which is this is a spy story, Gary. Like,
yeah. It's a spy story, and at its best when it's doing spy shit.
Yes.
Like the spy stuff in this is really fun. Like genuinely really, really cool, like real knockout sequences. All my favorite bits of this were doing spycraft.
Yes. And getting into like, this is real small scale stuff in town. Like we'll talk about the opening of this. It's fucking ridiculous. Some of the things that you do in this, but like when it gets down to like, who do I trust among these people who have all demonstrated that though they might seem pretty good, our incentives are not aligned here.
Well, everybody's very flawed in this. It's doing Witcher 3 stuff that was missing largely from a lot of Cyberpunk. Both of our principal characters here, Songbird and Solomon Reed, played by Idris Elba, are fundamentally well-intentioned people with major flaws that they are largely blind to.
Yes.
There is not a golden ending for this.
Nope.
Which I really like. I don't want a golden ending. I don't need all the good boy points and stuff. Life is messy. Sometimes stories are like that.
Yeah.
I think that stuff's really strong. Yeah. And it's the reason why Witcher 3 the reason this game got made. It's like the reason that game got famous is the strength of that, the kind of character work and writing and ambiguous situations, and it's back.
Yeah. I do like that we are getting some outside of Night City stuff here, right? Like Night City is its own sovereign state, run by corporations, et cetera. But like you have kind of this incursion of the broader United States government, the NUSA, which is like, it has the symbolism of like, oh yeah, that's the United States, but is also like severely diminished. Like it has real, like we need to watch this Super Bowl or else otherwise it's not going to catch on.
Not gonna take off.
Yeah.
It's a parallel to Arasaka.
Yeah.
Taking over, like having a governmental concern on top of the corporate concerns, of things. Like it's bringing in this other factor. It does. I think this kind of suffers a little bit from the main game being so unconcerned with that stuff.
Yeah.
That you get a lot of background from context, but it felt like for me to understand all of the stakes of everything, I would have had to have done outside research on the game, which I'm never crazy about.
Yeah.
Like I love reading about tabletop settings. For some reason, I'm resistant to doing it about Cyberpunk though.
Yeah.
And I did not want to read about the history of the new USA very much.
I imagine it's got to feel a little bit like me with Pathfinder. Like I've got so much D&D shit in my head that I don't want to put Pathfinder in. You've got like that Shadowrun, baby.
Yeah. The Shadowrun already colonized all these cool ideas.
Yeah.
So Dogtown is cool. It's a big neighborhood. It's very oppressive and cramped. It's a little bit like a slum, but there's also libertarian utopia vibes to it.
Yeah.
It is a place to go where laws don't apply because it's run by a warlord. So like you go there and the cops don't fuck with you.
Right.
You can marry your cousins in Dogtown. Your girlfriend doesn't need a seatbelt.
Nope.
It's Dogtown.
She doesn't need a high chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are side quests, not as many as I expected, primarily because I didn't know where to go looking for them at first. Gigs matter in this, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
They end up having kind of stories and stuff. And it ends up kind of being a little bit of a, not too little too late, but a concentrated dose of too late for me, where like every one of these ended with a moral choice that kind of felt at a certain point a little out of the box because they were all together. Like I still wish I would have had some, baseline gigs and then some more substantive gigs throughout the entire Cyberpunk experience rather than just having all of them end with, a child is powering, an infant is powering the conductor
all right.
or whatever,
Everybody
transformer.
Cut this shit out. It can't all be Omelas.
Exactly. Like it kind of, that is kind of what it turns into at the end. And it's better content. And in general, it's good, where it's at. Like the actual choices are interesting. Getting them all back to back like this on top of a big, morally ambiguous framework of the main story felt a little silly.
Yeah.
What a hard day for V. Boy, like your executive process is going crazy. You never had to make any decisions back in Night City.
Nope.
Yeah. Now everything is a moral choice.
Yeah. Mr. Hands is out here throwing you curveballs left and right.
Yeah. And not just curveball, who is set to be the first place in the Kentucky Derby. Mr. Hands no longer has use of.
Nope. So, dark.
They named the character.
I know they named the character that. I just
why'd they do that?
Yeah. I have no idea. Going in here does get you a new skill progression tree, fitting with the rest of everything. This doesn't really add up to much.
It fucking sucks. Yeah. It's weird. It's 3 branches on your relic chip thing. This is another parallel upgrade path. Like we talked about how the main game has those upgrade paths. Now you're also finding them in the world. They've come up with every way to do skill progression and put it all in one video game. The irritating thing about these is that there's 3 branches and they're mutually exclusive to things. There are branches that are only good if you're using the Sanandista or if you're using the monowire. You have mutually exclusive cyberware things, on certain levels. I played as a hacker because it felt appropriate for things. So I had one branch that had 2 skill bits that were useful on the lower left. It's weird. There's a shooty one on the lower right, and then there's a bunch of them you can't really use. Yeah. It's really underdeveloped and not exciting. Cyberpunk create a fun upgrade to get challenge level impossible continues.
I got the monowire one because sometimes I use that as a melee weapon. It was fine. But like I didn't use the cloaking one, and the other like one that's broadly applicable is like, oh, it'll highlight a weak point on an enemy, and if you hit that, you get a critical hit. And I was like, okay, cool. That doesn't do shit for me because I use smart weapons.
Well, and when in this game, other than from stealth, are you aiming like that? Like it's just a shooter. There aren't. It's not Resident Evil 4. Like you're not fighting slow. Yeah. So like hitting a weak point from ambush is already something you can do with a headshot. Yeah. And there are a couple of bosses in this where you could think, they're almost going for, or not going for, but it reminds me of like Horizon a little bit, Zero Dawn. Yeah. Of like the dinosaur weak points. Like you fight a big mech thing and it has a couple weak points. But that's a whole skill tree thing that you would scour the entire map for really like 2 or 3 boss fights. Yeah. Big disappointment. Again, everything out of this that isn't narrative bummed me out pretty well. Yeah. Other than, and again, like set pieces that are semi-interactive. Yes. Through this.
Yeah. I can't think of any other like generality stuff on this.
No, I mean, it's, they do a little, there's a bunch of little bits of friction that I don't like. There's a checkpoint getting into Dogtown.
Oh,
so depending on when the game feels like it, you are restricted from fast traveling in and out of it. And this just eats up time.
Yeah.
And the end of my path of the narrative, I had a large number of going in and out of Dogtown bits. So just a lot of driving, you know, little bits like that are pretty irritating. But let's get into the stuff that's more interesting because the narrative stuff and the quest design stuff here is sometimes quite good. Mm-hmm.
So we have to reach way back in our memories. About 70 hours of playtime ago, we got a call after we kind of tripped a narrative flag saying like, hey, come to this location in Pacifica right outside of Dogtown. I may be able to cure your relic sickness. You know, this is somebody who just gives the name Songbird, and you go meet her.
Yes. Songbird is a new character. Mm-hmm. I do kind of feel a little bit like if this was set up as a character new, might be a little stronger in terms of the choicing in it. It's also, you can just pick up your game. Like your game will save right before you do the final choice of the main game. You know, and that's where I picked up.
Yeah.
You don't have to play things over again. You can if you want. It'll give you some skill points. So when you get there, we have another brain attack. That's fucking back as well. How much time your first person character just spends clutching
stumbling.
Their head. Stumbling. God, I hate it. This woman named Songbird appears to you as a construct, similar to Johnny Silverhand, and she mutes him. She's talking to you through your relic chip. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, I'm going to do this DLC with somebody else.
Yeah. I was like,
you know, somebody cheaper.
Yeah. Not quite a Keanu scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we start getting stuff that like, oh, that can't possibly be what this is.
No, it's so funny.
She's an aide to the president of the new United States of America.
Yep. Their ship, Space Force One, has been hacked and is going to crash in Dogtown. And she wants us to help, you know, because she has a way to cure us. And I was like, oh, boy, I'm going to help the president. That can't be what this is because people like this. This can't be about saving the president. And it only kind of is.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, hey, you know, as a sign of good faith, let me, you know, delete some corrupted sectors of your relic chip, give you a new skill tree. Also look around for these Militech terminals.
Yeah, they're just hanging around. Sometimes there's some guys hanging around with guns in front of them.
She also gives you like 3 free points. Like, don't spend them all in one place, kid.
I love the loyalty program. Like, here are some points. Huge, you know, big black obelisk explains how to reload a gun. Energy. So as you're kind of moving through this, she hacks into this antique machinery around you as you're sneaking into the shell here. The Dogtown is built around a stadium.
Yes.
They're kind of Fallout-y, you know, that's been repurposed. And she's talking about kind of her past jobs. We're getting to know her a little bit. One of my issues with this narratively is I don't feel like I got to know Songbird through like essentially my boss fight with her at the end. Up until this point, though, a lot of the choices would have felt more meaningful if I knew her better.
Yeah.
She kind of immediately just says, you're the only one I can trust. I really trust you. You understand. And I had a real, like, we just met.
Yeah.
Reaction constantly.
Right. Yeah. I took the Songbird path because you got the Solomon one, you got the Reed one. And you do spend more time with her and get a little bit more. But like a lot of that relationship hinges on, you know, the idea that both of you are effectively terminally ill.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be friends with that. She just kind of immediately turbo trust you in a way that did not feel very genre to me.
She's
did
also
not feel very cyberpunk.
She's also working you as well.
Yeah. That's true. Like she's lying to you constantly. You get lied to all the time because it's good narrative content.
Yes. Yeah. But we're going through the shell of the stadium and we're hearing announcements from Kurt Hansen, the head of security, kind of the main guy here at Dogtown. He is a holdout from when Militech tried to siege Night City, basically hermit crabbed into the stadium and, you know, stayed there and has just been, you know, basically operating under blockade for, I think, 20 years since it happened. Something like that.
Quite a while, making this a little sub-town.
Yeah.
We break into the market and we get a look at the kind of the debris in the bowl of the stadium before heading up to the roof. We had to get somewhere high so we can scope out where the plane will crash. This is a platforming challenge. Again, weird. We get there and some missiles fire from within Dogtown and take the plane out of the air. This is not part of the plan.
And it starts going down, and we have to rush to where it is going to land. Sliding down a trash chute, ending up on the streets where everything is in complete chaos. Like there's a motorcycle you can grab right away. There are ramps and jumps. You can take over explosions. It's the dumbest thing.
It's very, again, that can't be what this is. This is the thing everybody likes. Where's Idris Elba? You rush to the crash site, and it's absolutely crawling with Hansen's men who are there. We close the distance. We ride the motorcycle, get close, and we had to fight through this big kind of crumbled building, all kinds of concrete and rebar.
Yeah.
When we reach the plane, nobody outside of the safe room has survived.
Yeah.
Here. And we can kind of look, you can look through some meeting notes and we can find out they talk about finance from somebody known as M here.
Yeah.
We're going to find out about this later.
Yes. Just lots of unflattering behind the scenes stuff about the president who's in the safe room, Rosalind Myers, who, when you open up the door, she greets you with a rifle butt and says, "Sorry, I had to make sure it was you." With your rifle butt?
With your rifle. It's a verification rifle butt. Rosalind Myers is the funniest part of this DLC. She is President Action MILF. Like you can flirt with her. She's in a pantsuit. She's coded as kind of hot. She's shoots a lot.
She is in a tactical pantsuit.
Yeah. It's something in like battle damage Hillary Clinton. Action figure variant.
Yep.
So before we can talk, we have to fight out Hansen's men, and she like pulls out a gun and she's like, it's time to rip ass and start shooting and stuff. It's incredible. Yeah. You escape with her through this abandoned hotel where she's doing like ops speak to you and shit. Like, we have to stay down. They're going to find cover here. You go ahead, Tango, go. Shit like that.
It's like, and she'd like, there is reason for this. She served it. She was like a leader in the military or something, but it is still very funny to have the president do that.
Super president is just very funny to me. And it's one of those things where like the president and the new United States of America kind of mean the same thing in this, as they do now. But the connotations right now for the president in America have never been worse.
Yep.
Where like it definitely hurt. Like this would have been better in its time.
Yeah.
For me, like playing this now, I was just like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah, it's time. The halcyon years of 2023.
Exactly. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it was better.
I mean, a little.
Yeah. Undeniably.
Today.
Better.
Yeah. Today.
It fucking sucks, right? Like it's stupid that was better, but those were the halcyon days.
Yeah.
Correction. Coldest summer of the rest of your life.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Everything since 2020 is just kind of all mashed up in the same little shitty ball for me. But yeah, it is undeniably worse right now. But like even in 2023, it is a little weird to like a lot of this specifically around Solomon Reed when we meet him, like is just an idea of like duty to country, which I do not feel. Not at all.
No, not even a little bit. Imagine feeling that, right? And when you talk to that character, like I think that Solomon Reed is a great character because he is coasting on fumes with that.
Yeah.
He's a creature of doubt who's lying to himself.
Yes.
With that. But it takes time to get that stuff out of him. And his initial hooks, it's real similar to the Songbird thing where I feel like the initial hooks for both these characters, since they're strangers, is not super strong. I don't know Songbird, and I don't care about duty to country.
Yeah.
Both these characters have hidden depths if you continue. But from a role-playing perspective, like I'm a mercenary. This has nothing to do with me. I came here because of a cure, but I'm not invested in either of these things.
Yeah.
There's a degree to which you are because you're playing a role-playing game and you're an itinerant do-gooder, but the time in which this came in my Cyberpunk journey could not have come as more of a non sequitur.
Yeah.
I was just about to go like take care of my business, storm Arasaka, make my final choices and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit weird. There's a little tension there. Then we have to cut out the president's tracker.
Yep.
She's got a tracking chip, so we had to cut it out of her neck, and she's very stoic about getting her neck cut and stuff because she's super badass.
Yeah, just like, hey, please don't nick my jugular. And then we have to sneak past some drones to reach an armored vehicle. Songbird has been directing us. She got separated from us, like basically like right away, to the point where like everybody is talking about Songbird extremely, like kind of slippery to the point where I was really surprised that she was an actual woman.
Yeah, it would have made a lot of sense for her to be an AI. And spoiler, she only kind of is at this point. They're seeding doubt really early.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. There's parts where she immediately starts bad-mouthing the president.
Yes.
This is going to happen more when we get into this boss fight coming up, which was, the big red flag, like, hey, you cannot completely trust this person. But we don't know her yet.
Yeah.
It's a bad onboarding, I think. Mm-hmm. We get to the convention center in the armored vehicle, and this has not been touched since before construction started on Dogtown. Mm-hmm. We're kind of going through this thing. There's still exhibits about what Dogtown was intended to be. You do go through a few museums in this game, or in this DLC, which I like. Mm-hmm.
And this is where Songbird is really talking shit about President Myers. You can hear Songbird. She's appearing to you as a Johnny alike, but Rosalind can't. And she's pointing out all these lies. The president will say something, and it's like, yeah, no, that was all kickbacks. Like there was never the intention for this. Yeah, like the works project she was going to do. Mm-hmm. Hansen's men catch up to you, and it's for some reason, even though you're a one-person army, this one is narratively, too much. So Songbird tries to hack this big spider mech called a chimera there. But evil red energy comes out, corruption energy. Red hacker energy.
Red hacker energy that is so video game coded as bad comes out and explodes everywhere. And the chimera attacks us and we lose Songbird. And Cyberpunk once again fails to make a compelling boss fight.
Yeah.
This is more like a traditional boss fight than the boss fights in the main game.
Yes.
This is this huge mech. We had to hit its weak points, so it can kind of stop stomping around and we can blow up its core. It will do things like turn its laser cannon around and you have to stand behind pillars, not get hit, things like that. It does kind of operate a little bit like a boss fight.
Yeah.
It's not super good, but it doesn't feel like the boss fights in the main game.
Right. It's not just a dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You will fight. Don't worry.
You're going to fight tons
like
of dudes.
A lot of just dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As boss fights. But like this one, they're trying something a little different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't care for this. I was real surprised this didn't come back. Like you do see another chimera later on. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. You reach the safe house. Songbird isn't there and you can't raise her on the radio anymore. And we need to get power back up. And Johnny, takes back over saying like, hey, there's a ton that Songbird isn't telling us here.
Yeah. Johnny is really interesting in this narratively. One of the things that I think is necessary for the ambiguousness of the story is that Johnny will not make a call.
Yeah.
Johnny only kind of has a perspective on this. He does not like any of these people. Mm-hmm. He does not like that we're doing this.
Yeah.
And he doesn't trust anybody. Mm-hmm. Like he vaguely favors, he's a little bit more against the government. Mm-hmm. But when you get down to the choices you have to make, usually in the main game, when you're making big choices, Johnny would have a perspective. Yeah. And this one, he basically says like, I don't know. Yeah. Like you have to do that. That's the game signaling to us that like, we're dealing with ambiguity. There is no correct choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Remember Johnny's backstory. He, as a super young kid, like signed up and like joined Militech to go fight in the border wars down in Texas. And then he became a deserter because, they sold him on ideals that they did not follow through on. Yeah.
We turn on the power and Rosalind has changed clothes and you have a beer listening to the news interview Kurt Hansen. Mm-hmm. And he says that the downing of this plane was a false flag to frame him and justify a war on Dogtown.
Mm-hmm. Our little 2 city blocks.
Yes. The United States. I mean, the new United States might be 2 city blocks as far as I can tell at this point too. You let these kids work it out.
Yeah. And we get 2 comic relief characters who show up, the Jacob and Taylor. They're these 2 scavengers who try and like hijack supply drop-offs. And we get into a little standoff with them. And like, I'm pretty sure you can just like shoot these guys if you want.
I did.
Oh, okay. So they're gone. Jacob and Taylor are gone.
Yeah. I got no Jacob and Taylor. Yeah. I was role playing this and I was like, these guys just came in and I'm on a job. Mm-hmm. I'm a professional. I'm here to protect this person. They came in to scavenge. Yeah. They got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just comic relief characters. They're like, oh my gosh, that's the president. Like you may be wearing like a little Adidas jersey, but you're the fucking president. Like, we know you. By morning, Songbird still isn't here. Still hasn't called or appeared in person. And Myers says, like, hey, we really, really need to find her. Not telling us why at this point. But the only person that, who can trust us, is somebody who we have locally here, Solomon Reed, a man of principle who can't be bribed.
Yes.
And he was somebody who helped her with intelligence inside Night City a ways back. He's a sleeper now.
Yeah, sleeper agent. You have to call on an old landline phone near a restaurant called Captain Caliente. And Myers, you get the number. She gives you a special coin to identify that you're with the president. You can flash this coin at various points. Again, huge, that can't be what this is. Energy. And, Reed's going to need to see this. And Johnny's like, this is bad. Like, don't work for the government. Then she says, would you like to take the official oath? The United States of America. You can do this. You can not do it. You can also tell her to fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't do it because I'm
going to swear an oath. Come on. Yeah.
I'm a shadow. I'm doing this. It's a fucking job. And Johnny is like, this is ridiculous. I took that oath, but it's bullshit.
Yeah. So we get to the restaurant and it's all locked up and we have to follow some power lines, get a way in. And it's very cute because V has never seen a landline phone before. Like, she picks it up and like dials, and Johnny just have Keanu Reeves there, like making little handset with his hand and like putting it up to his ear. It's like, no, you need to put it up to your ear. It's so cute.
Super cute. Reed, very tertiary, says meet him out at this basketball court. We go there. Johnny makes some analogies of you entering a basketball game on your own, but your head is the ball. Not super elegant there.
No.
He doesn't trust Myers.
No.
Yeah.
The moment you stop shitting carrots, they shake the values stick and run rabbit run. Right. Just talking about like, they always just fall back on this value shit. I think this was in the context of not taking the oath. He was proud of me, which made me feel good because I like Johnny.
I like Johnny. He's weirdly not that big of a character in this. He's a little bit, and he's big to the new ending, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Solomon sneaks up on you and puts a gun to your ribs. He sneaks up on you. Eventually, he's asking you questions, kind of verifying, and eventually he tells you to meet him at his car, where he walks up. And he basically starts criticizing your tradecraft. Like, he is a professional, like were you followed? A cool thing is that if you were, if you checked and stuff, the game knows.
Oh, huh.
I was reading about this. Yeah. Like, if you actually were paranoid about that, you can say it with more confidence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. And he's like, well, I know you're not a spy because you got into a stranger's car just because he told you to.
We drive to the safe house and we kind of learn a little bit about him. Talking performances, like, this is Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Idris Elba is great. Love Idris Elba.
Yeah.
The same way that I like having Queen Latifah say bronze rank. When Idris Elba says you do a good job in this, it feels great.
Yeah.
I know they're both black. I don't want to examine whatever that is. Maybe it just feels cool to have authoritative black people telling me I'm doing a good job or a bad job. I don't know.
I mean, it's a joke in Community. Keith David's character in season 6, like, he confesses to his addiction. He loves over-validating white people, just like gassing them up at weddings and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine Keith David?
Yeah, come on.
Doing that, like gassing you up? Like, holy shit.
No, this guy knows how to pick some shrimp.
Holy fuck. Like, you die happy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, I don't know what that says about me, what kind of internalized racism that is, but like, some kind.
Yeah.
But it's here. I'm fucking living in it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he doesn't exactly disappear into this because, hey, that's Idris Elba, but also, like, that doesn't work against it because I think it is difficult for him to play an unlikable person even when he's a villain.
He's fucking great. He's fucking McCavity in Cats, and I still love him. He's also, it's worth noting, he's physically modeled.
Yes.
So it's just Idris Elba.
Yeah.
In the car. It's not like just the voice of.
He's modeled in the way that Keanu Reeves is.
Yes.
Yes.
We drive to the safe house and we learn, he works as a bouncer This has been his cover, and he's been undercover for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Been a very, very long time. And he worked with Songbird before. We're going to find, many ways the story of this DLC is learning about that relationship.
Yeah.
They've been working together for a long time.
So he's driving you across the city. There's some ridiculous Starsky and Hutch, like wah pedal, like guitar kind of going on here. It's a lot.
Again, serious, that can't be what this is.
Yeah.
Feelings early on in this.
So we take Reed up to the safe house, and he agrees, like, yeah, no, we can't have Songbird out in the wind like this. I recruited her. I feel responsible for this. And her being out there is bad for national security. And at this point, you think, oh, it's because she's a super hacker. She knows secrets, right?
Yes, it's way different than that.
Yes,
she is a new non-human thing, kind of. Mm-hmm. And we have 2 days. So they try to get you to go do some side quests.
Yeah.
For a little while. We're going to talk about these. I didn't do all these. Mm-hmm. I did some of them. I just didn't feel like being a content piggy for this because I don't like playing it that much.
Yeah.
So there are new tarot cards in there if you were doing that.
Yeah.
You still can. The thing where you are hunting down cars for your car guy.
Yeah.
That's also here. I accidentally started one of those by getting in a car because I needed a car.
Right. You get in a car and some of them are marked with little steering wheel icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I could have known it was going to do something, but I was just playing the game.
Yeah.
And then a guy called me on my phone and was like, hey, thanks, drive this to this place. And then I didn't. And I got the mission failed and he called and swore at me. And I was like, I don't remember who you fucking are.
I don't know.
I am just visiting.
Yeah.
Do not get used to me in your life right now. I am done with this game.
Yeah. I did that. And he's like, yeah, just keep on grabbing those. And I looked and you have to steal a bunch of them. And I'm like, I'm just not going to do that.
No, my life is too short for that. It's worth noting too, I don't think anyone's got any feelings with this, but I just want to say it. I played all of this basically during my grief fugue.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of I'm not talking to clouds on a rainy day shit. And if you have feelings about that, that's, I think the most interesting thing about this is the main story. I went through the main story. If anyone is mad because I didn't do more side stuff, maybe kick rocks.
Yeah.
I was not I did the best that I could.
Yeah. And I did as much as I could. But still, I wasn't going to steal a bunch of cars. Yeah. So one of the interesting quests here is you do something for Coach. He's got a new fighter, this guy named Aaron, who is asking hey, I need to see a Ripper doc before my big fight. He used to fight for the Animals, one of the gangs, and they would rig the game by activating a chip in his head, so he'd flop, they'd scramble his vestibular system. Yeah.
So you fight through this warehouse full of scavs to get to the Ripper dock. He deactivates that chip, but while Aaron is out, his old boss from the Animals shows up and tells you about his past as an enforcer, saying listen, he still has to pay off his debts.
Yeah.
All these OGs he has.
Why do you care about him? All the terrible things he's done, people don't change.
Yep. Which is going to happen a lot in these side quests. Somebody being this person you want to save is actually bad.
Yeah.
She offers you a cut of, if you let her make him throw the fight. If you refuse, you get into a gunfight here. And Aaron thanks you for this when you wake up.
Yeah. I don't know what happens if you accept. I think you just get some money and he's pissed at you. You did the bad thing though, if you killed the Animals leader, because later on he says, hey, meet me by this bar. And on your way there, you find him dead in an alley outside, from blunt force trauma to the head. He's lying in the trash.
Yeah. It's funny that happens the second time or this next quest too.
Yep.
The idea of you try to help somebody, but they end up dead. It's really on the nose. The concentration of it's very funny.
Yeah.
You find two Barghest newbies. Barghest is the security force.
Yeah. That's Hansen's guys. Yeah.
Hansen's guys that are essentially cops. It's underlying the hypocrisy of Hansen. He's there's no cops here. He just has his own cops. This is Paco and Babs. They're really worried that Kurt's going to kill them. And Paco gives you a drug called Deep Dive, where you can play his flashbacks. Basically, he's going to describe a story. And it's going to be so vivid that you play it. Yeah.
I love the idea of this drug that if somebody describes something to you with enthusiasm, you experience it.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
I took it. Oh, good.
It's got a Philip K. Dick idea almost.
Yeah. I took it and Johnny was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, why did you do this? You do it. You kind of learn about his one of his early missions where he joins this gang and is protecting a convoy. And it goes bad, and you play as Kurt. This is meant to kind of beef up Kurt and make him scary. Depending on your path, he's going to be a boss fight later.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous. Like, you run out of your gun during this, and you just start running around punching people like you picked up the adrenaline in Doom.
Turns out he stole some generators from the convoy. And he needs to either replace them or disappear because you don't steal from Kurt Hansen and live. So there are a few ways out of this. You can decide just to leave him, say like, hey man, you made your bed, or you can call in some favors, so like it pulls up your contacts and it's, you can text and say like, I texted River because I was like, I don't really care for this guy too much. Can you do some police shit? And he's like, oh yeah, we have some confiscated generators. We can hook you up.
You can tell him I think the golden ending for this is just to tell him to disappear.
Okay.
Like, tell him to run. You can also tell him to pin it on another one of Hansen's guys. And if you do that, he ends up crucified, basically.
Oh, God.
Very similar to the guy, the fight guy, who ends up dying because you helped him.
Yeah.
He just ends up dead. Rip. You thought you were doing something okay. You weren't.
Yep. CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. Like, again, a thing I really love, but if you put it all next together, like all right together, it feels silly to me.
First it's one way, then it's the other way.
Yeah. Reed gives you a call when he's back in town saying, listen, you need to meet a contact of mine at this bar called The Moth. Things are going to get tense. She thinks that my contact thinks that I'm dead after I had sold her out to Arasaka. This is actually also something that is in a prequel comic.
Oh, okay.
That is very detailed.
Yeah.
We're going to get little drips and drabs of this, but this whole thing is available if you want this narrative. Like the Idris Elba Chronicles.
The whole the whole job that went bad kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get there and you talk to the bartender who's real friendly and speaks, with a Southern accent. What's the diner waitress lady famous from Culture?
Oh,
Flo, I think.
Yeah, kind of like a Flo.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had if that diner has a specific name.
I can't remember. I don't even know what that's from. I just know it by cultural osmosis.
Yeah. It's a Southern waitress diner.
Yeah.
You're impulsive. I like that. You're presumptuous.
Sticking together is what good waffles do.
Yeah.
But you're talking to her and she's like, oh, let me get you some coffee, sweet pea. And then Reed walks in and everything changes. Her voice changes. She sends everybody out, like everybody fucking out. And then her appearance changes, like just completely different face. She's got this FIA tag. She's not Daphne, the waitress. She is Alex, the secret agent in Deep Cover.
And we've not seen this face tech stuff. No, this doesn't show up in the main game. It's going to be all over this DLC. She's real pissed at Reed. They kind of spar for a little bit until eventually she goes outside to have a cigarette. And we go out to talk to her. She doesn't want to talk to Reed.
Yeah.
She says, listen, if you're looking for Songbird, you have not heard the whole story or this failed op 7 years ago. If you want me in, you need to ensure that I'm going to get a spy's retirement. Like these are my terms. I will help you. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, give me an unofficial desk job in Monaco where I don't have to do anything.
She kind of like Reed has been sitting here rotting for 7 years, just basically like almost like witness protection, My Blue Heaven shit, except in Dogtown.
Yeah. And you had to just like work a shitty job. Like, it sucks. Like you are not a secret agent. You're just waiting for something. Seems like it is a kind of hell. It is almost like a kind of Phantom Liberty.
Oh,
of the many things that applies to in this.
So Alex is like, hey, I'm going to go inside. And Johnny is pretty bitter about this situation. He's like, okay, all right. Reed didn't tell you everything. Like, he didn't say that he was going to walk in there and get a gun drawn on him. He didn't give the whole story. How many times you got to take a bullet for someone before you stop trusting them? Now replace someone with corp or country. He's like, yeah, just all of this. Like, fuck these people. Also, fuck the idea of doing something for the country.
It's real interesting that he's telling you to just quit the DLC. And there are multiple points where you actually can.
Oh.
There's non-standard endings to this DLC where you can, with the president and with Reed, 2 different points, you can say no. Like, I'm not doing this line of quest. You can still have the area unlocked and do all the side quests.
Yeah.
But this story will just end.
Yep.
And what's interesting about that is, one, Johnny is incentivized for you not to do this. We're going to find out in the way that this would fix him. But where I was at in the game, I was on my way to go talk to the AI or whatever to try to find a way to fix us harmoniously.
Yeah.
If I could. Just getting you cured, you're getting cured of him.
Yeah, he's being removed like a tumor. Yeah.
There is a perverse incentive for him to, in addition to just his ideological argument for this, nobody is being completely trustworthy with this. He also wants you to quit because he doesn't want to cease existing.
No, he wants to be let free on the net.
Yeah. Like you could have it both ways. Why are you even pursuing this? And it's a fine point, but it's not a point against your character. It's kind of a point in the story.
Yeah.
Like it's weird to introduce this new third way through here. It was hard to find something that would motivate your character where they would be in the main game.
Yeah.
Other than this, I feel like.
So if we're going to get Songbird, we need another runner. Like of this crew, she was the one who knew how to do anything with computers. So there's a guy named Wilkie Slider Laguerre.
Yes, they just keep calling him Slider.
He's a voodoo boy who has kind of gone rogue. He is completely blind in a way that optical augments can't fix, and we need to go get him.
Yes. Yep. So we go to the spa because we had done the Voodoo Boys quest line in the main game where you'd killed Mom and Bridget. There's no peaceful way to do this.
Yeah.
You sneak in or fight your way in. I snuck in on the way in and then fought my way out.
Yeah.
Through this. And you eventually find Slider. He cooperates because he knows he has to, basically.
Yeah.
Reed is not going to let him not do it. He connects to your relic to try to make a connection where Songbird is. However, Songbird is using the Black Wall protocol to connect to you. That is why there was evil hacker energy everywhere.
Yeah.
Red glitches start appearing everywhere. Slider spasms and freezes in place. Like you're in between moments of time and Songbird can talk to you.
Yeah.
For context, if you don't remember the main game, the Black Wall is real bad news. It's what Cyberpunk does as an Eldritch location.
Yeah.
It is the unknown. It is full of rogue AIs. This is the most, in this game or the main game, the most evil coded it is. It is really sinister.
Yes. Incredibly sinister. Yeah. Like there was a whole war, like civilization almost ended because of these AIs getting out of control. And so they, did kind of like almost like a Butlerian jihad kind of thing where they locked all of the AIs they worked with NetGuard, who are like the internet cops, and put up this black wall in order to kind of like keep them sectioned off from the regular net.
And it's a weird thing that like basically everybody agrees about in this. Like everyone's like, if these things get out, we're really fucked. So like NetGuard is above the police.
Yes.
NetGuard does what they want to do. On one of the paths later in the game, like you can't have the police in this town, but we'll let NetGuard in because fuck, the Black Wall's here. Yeah. We need them.
That's why like the Voodoo Boys are so reviled, is because that is, they're expert runners who are trying to like tamper with the Black Wall, harnessing some of this power. And it's really, really bad news that we have this person who is so close to the president, just kind of very casually invoking this.
Yes. Who is we're going to find out, infected in a way that is kind of new.
Yes.
Like a new thing. Like she is a new thing.
Yeah. So, she's saying like, hey, Hansen's men found me when I revived the Chimera, and they tried to fry me. And I only survived by running the Black Wall protocol, by, using that to get out, which that doesn't make sense because, she was using that to operate anyway.
She's been doing it for a while. Well, she's lying.
Yeah.
At this point.
And she's being held captive, but is mostly fine. And it's like, okay, or like, so you can talk to us? Like, yeah, it's cool. What we need to do, we need to go to a party at Hansen's place, this big like skyscraper hotel called the Black Sapphire, and she'll find us when we're there.
Yep. So we have a new spy mission. Slider starts convulsing, and we can't get him out before he dies. The Black Wall kills him here. And Reed says, if we don't have anybody inside the Black Sapphire, this tower, we don't have anybody there. It is the absolute base of operations. But you should think through your connections.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody who can help, and you can be like, oh yeah, I know Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands was a fixer from the main game who only did one mission for us. He was like preview DLC content.
Yeah.
Through that, who we really didn't know very much about through this.
We never got
kind
like
of
his
the main
face. Yeah.
Yeah, we get his face and more of his personality here.
Yes. So Mr. Hands can get us that, but we need to do at least 3 gigs for him before I'll do it. It's like, I would be leveraging, trust, and I need to be sure that I can trust you with that. And you can go and do stuff. I kind of broke these up because, again, these are the gigs that end up being actual little stories. I have these ones that I did here for this, and then more kind of summarized later because you have to wait until after a certain point to get all of the, reap all the rewards for having done it.
Yes. Yeah. So these ones I did as well, these first 3 here. The Dogtown Saints, where a doctor is being held hostage by a bunch of scavs because he killed her comatose brother to redistribute his implants. Yeah. So you decide that. My approach for anything in this thing is I'm doing a job. Yeah. I felt like a tourist in Dogtown rather than an itinerant do-gooder, basically. Yeah. I would do what I was hired to do. Prototyper and the scraper, hired to recover the Zetatech ocular implant that was captured by scavs, but the twist is it's actually inside a guy. The guy's trying to steal it. This one I did let him go and just took the blueprints for it. And then Waiting for Dodger, where he had to rescue 2 stupid crooked cops. Yeah. Working with this drug lord and got his 7 ounces of synth coke swallowed.
Twice.
Twice synth coke.
just these two incredibly stupid cops. And it's just you guys are not cut out for the crooked cop shit at all. You really need to stop this.
Afterwards, he calls you to his private room to meet in person. Rare. Yeah. For this kind of thing. Yeah. This is a good note. This is how he looks.
Yeah. He looks like the Playboy Mansion's resident magician.
Yeah. He's got huge, he does look like a stage magician. He kind of comports himself like a stage magician as well.
He's very grandiose. Yeah.
Yeah. And he kind of lets on a little bit what he's like, you're helping me sway power in Dogtown. I would like to become the shadow controller of this town.
I would like to become the lord of this Dogtown. Yes.
Yes. I would like to do some sick flips. Generally I was on Mr. Hand's good side because he was a job. Again, I was treating this mercenary and because he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's fine.
Hansen, he's a meathead, right? He's not.
Hansen fucking sucks.
Yeah. He's terrible. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So he gives you a data chip with the details about the organization or the building, the Black Sapphire, which we take to Reed and Alex's safe house. And it's their new safe house, the Foundry or whatever, the boiler room, which is where they used to operate as spies. It's a little tech den, like a little bat cave under the bar.
Yeah. You take an elevator down into it. And Reed says Myers and the NUSA, they betrayed me during this job 7 years ago, and Songbird was the one that they used to lure me into this trap. Right. So if they're acting trepidatious, Alex all but said this, Songbird burned both of us. And then Solomon burns Alex, and Solomon was this peace offering in a ceasefire between the NUSA and Arasaka. He was like, I forgive Songbird. She was, she was put in a situation where she had to survive.
And he kind of put her in that situation.
Yes.
Or not, he didn't do it. We'll get to it when we learn about her backstory, but he has some guilt. He has guilt around it. Yeah. Ultimately, where I fall down morally on this is that everyone here is responsible for their own fucking decisions. Yep. There's a lot of blame going around in this, and it's everybody needs to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, a pox on all of you.
Dogtown. None of you are free of this.
I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care that you made your own bed. You need to sleep in it. Yeah.
Well, liking the characters as that, that's the player in me who is given agency to make moral judgment upon them. Yeah. In the narrative of it, I like the characters.
Yes.
They're well-written characters who have the important distinction of having flaws, not baggage. They kind of have both. But we're going to find out through this Songbird, and Reed will just tell you Songbird's flaw at some point. I think it's around here. And he's right. It's overconfidence.
Yes.
Like she, is great at coming up with ideas, but is horrible at execution for this stuff and believes in herself. And his is, a multitude of things, but one of which is that he's very patronizing. He feels like he knows what is best for everyone around him.
Yeah.
And has kind of absolute confidence in this kind of thing. And then once something happens, he gets real into sunk cost.
Yeah.
I had to have been right about that, because if not, I would have to reckon with every horrible thing I've ever done.
So we need, at no point can we stop and look around and take stock.
Yeah, it is, he's using the logistics and kind of the practical reality of things, which is a skill, right? Like that's part of what makes him compelling and easy to follow is that, there's stuff going on. Like you want somebody like this.
Yes.
When shit's going on, because he's good at it. He's good at getting that stuff done. He's not good at dealing with the consequences of it. As things go through.
Yeah.
And then Alex is there. Alex doesn't get a whole lot of development in terms of a flaw or anything like that. Like she's a fine character, but this is really the Songbird and Reed show.
Yeah. Like Reed's patronizing, kind of side of this, like he still kind of feels bad / is justifying things that he is doing with regards to Songbird, because he is the one who recruited her.
Yes.
And that was, 20 years ago or something. She was doing hacking basically on the street here in the city, and he kind of scooped her up.
Well, the scooping was to stop her from getting killed by Netwatch.
Yep.
It's from a practical perspective, the thing that makes Reed interesting is that from a practical boots on the ground perspective, he's almost always right. Like in terms of the practical result, he's not wrong. It's the principles that are compromised in favor of this kind of grander principle, this kind of duty thing that he's not even sure he's kind of following as like a ghost.
Yeah.
Almost following out of habit.
Like some kind of
because
phantom.
if he stops believing that illusion, it all falls down.
Yeah.
It is. He has some sort of ghost freedom. Yeah.
So the plan, we're not going to be able to walk right into the front door. We can't, just change our faces or anything. So we've got to sneak in. We're going to go in through these flooded tunnels, and then meet up with him, and kind of doll up as a party goer.
Yes. There. So you swim through the tunnels. There's a lot of swimming in this DLC.
Yeah.
Then we do this sequence I really like where you cover Reed with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And hack and kind of call out threats. This is maybe my all-time favorite covering somebody with a sniper rifle.
It's really
sequence
good
of video games,
because it is not just about shooting the stuff. You kind of don't want to do that. It's about all right, there's a trap here. Wait, these guys are coming. And you really do have to have situational awareness. If you're just looking 30 feet in front of him, you're not going to catch threats.
And he's not a dumb video game robot who just walks forward.
Right.
A lot of times when you're doing this, the reason why these sequences suck is that the person you're covering is just being an idiot. Reed will stop until you give him the go ahead.
Yeah.
He will hide.
Yep.
He plays like another player. It feels a little bit more like a co-op version of this, like you'd get in Resident Evil 5 from time to time. It's really good.
Yeah.
And also just very charismatic.
Yes.
Feels like cool spy shit.
And there's one particular moment where it's these two guards having a smoke break, and you need to take them both out at the same time. And so he's like, okay, on 3, you shoot the one on the left and I'll get the one at the right. We need to do this at the same time. That feels so badass.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah.
This is really fun, very endearing. You eventually get in there, you get to the party. It's worth talking about the party for a second.
This is so cool.
It looks really good. CD Projekt Red does parties really well.
Yes. This is loaded with NPCs from the main game too.
Yep. Including Blitzy Gitsy or whatever the Grimes character was, who I didn't meet in the main game.
Lizzie Wizzy.
Lizzie Wizzy, the Fitzy Bitsy. Skitsy Bitsy, the Doopy Doopy. Who I didn't meet, who does a song at the end of this as well. And I got to be like, fuck this.
Yeah. She did not want anything to do with me because I left her to deal with the dead body of her manager because she murdered him.
Makes sense. I playing through this as male V, which I wish I hadn't because that guy fucking sucks. Liv was kept walking in to watch us, and she's just going like, "What is wrong with your guy?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why that actor made those choices. But I just went up to Bitsy Gitsy and was like, "Hey, you're Bitsy Gitsy, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah." You're a fan? In the least committed voice performance I've ever heard.
Oh God, Grimes, you need to get me into Cyberpunk.
Grimes, get me into the Black Sapphire.
Oh God. But yeah, you can go around. Songbird hails us down. Like, she's not like chained to a wall. She is in like party attire. And she looks different. Like her construct version is like an old image of her. We look at her. She is mostly robot lady. Yeah.
Her back is entirely robot. Mm-hmm. She's wearing this open back dress that shows off her robotitude. It's funny. There are all these wires there and stuff. Mm-hmm. I kept thinking like, you just reach out and grab one of those wires.
Yeah.
Same thing. Did you notice? I know I mentioned this in the last episode, but I was reminded of it, or the last time we did this. Johnny Silverhand's metal arm with the scissors on the elbow.
Yeah. Ever since you pointed that out, I can't
scissors?
stop fixating on them. Yeah.
Why does he have sewing scissors sticking out of his elbow?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Seems like it gets snagged on a bunch of shit.
All kinds of stuff. Like it's really impractical cyberware, unlike the Chad Shadowrun, who does good cyberware. So we talked to her about this and we're like, oh, you look very different. And she says, yeah, every interaction with the Blackwall comes with a price.
Yes.
She's literally becoming less human as she spends more time there and gets taken over by more machine.
Yes. We're going to find out like she has like just basically like malignancy that is spreading through her body. And more
malignancy and an intelligence.
Yes.
Like it is, a personality overwrite of a kind.
Yeah. Similar to ours, right?
Yeah.
So Reed comes over and joins us and she's like, yeah, like I'm being held captive, but like mostly in spirit.
Yeah. She's being, she is being held here until something happens.
Yeah.
But she is almost like a guest.
Yeah. She's being shown off as like a prize catch, right? Like, oh, look at this. We got, the president of the NUSA's, best runner, right?
Yep. The reason why he's keeping her is because Hansen found some old tech, this neural matrix that contains Blackwall AIs. And, this is what she knows that we can use this to cure herself and us. Mm-hmm. But Hansen just thinks she can get into it.
Yeah.
She refuses to explain anymore, saying like, listen, to get access to this neural matrix, we have to use this personality theft technology to impersonate these two redheaded twins.
Uh-huh.
Who are both, hackers. They're going to meet with Hansen to try to activate the tech. We're going to impersonate them.
Yeah. And these like, I noticed these two because they're very extra. They're just down on the floor, just sticking out like sore thumbs. Yeah. Hey, we're going to need to impersonate the two albinos from the Matrix Reloaded.
It's very, very funny. And we're going to find out how this works. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And the sequence is cool too. The idea was, Reed is going to show up and you're going to show up and you're both going to copy their personalities by talking to them, but Reed doesn't show up. So you have to kind of keep it going and engage with both of them.
Yeah.
Alex is coaching you through this, and this is great. Mm-hmm. You download a bunch of company money, in order to make huge roulette bets. It's very James Bond.
Yeah.
As you talk to them and try to get like reactions out of them and gauge their personality, physically, like gauge it, chart it with software.
Mm-hmm. And you have to, Alex will say, all right, like, the data that we need next, like we need like a really outsized, kind of emotion thing, like try and goad them a little bit.
Yeah. Say something provocative.
Yes.
This is great.
Yeah. And you're betting the whole time. And I fucking love this. At the end, it's like, okay, like, final thing here, we need to get them really stressed, go all in. Right. Mm-hmm. You need to remember if you won or lost. And at least for me, like me winning or losing, like people were talking over it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's I really like this whole bit.
Yeah.
Like it is neat. Mm-hmm. Reed's not showing up though, and that's suspicious.
Yes.
Hansen shows up, and basically says like, listen, I got your friend. I know Reed is an FI agent. I'm guessing you are as well. Mm-hmm. Songbird is here willingly. She got tired of breaking international law and risking humanity just by breaching the Black Wall for Myers. I'm using her as a bargaining chip. Like she's basically a walking WMD. Yeah. She's very dangerous. I'm going to get what I want. Mm-hmm. I'm going to allow you to walk out of here. Mm-hmm. He's really hardballing you.
Yes. Important information he's giving you. Obviously, he's a piece of shit, but like finding out like, oh, this breaking into the Blackwall thing, that isn't something Songbird, was doing. Like, she was interested in pushing the limits, but like Myers has been forcing her to go in and do this stuff at the detriment to her own health and also against all of humanity.
Yes, to use it as this kind of trump card.
Yeah.
Basically like, there
are all kinds of treaties about not doing this.
Yeah, any kind of metaphor for any kind of things the United States do.
Yeah.
That we don't allow other countries to do. Nukes.
Mm-hmm.
So we run into Reed, where Reed had gotten caught, and escort him out. And you and Reed kind of catch up, with each other, saying what happened through here. I did not, I was generally on Reed's side during this because I once I figured out that was the choice. So he and I were basically getting along during this.
Yeah.
Here it wasn't super tense.
Things got a little bit tense here. It was just like, I asked like, so where were you? Like I was really, really left me high and dry here. And he's like, well, where were you? I was like, well, that's the table where we were supposed to meet.
Yeah, we're supposed to go. And it seemed really obvious that he just got caught and like pulled aside to me. Like, I don't understand why my character would ask the question.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's going to file that away for later.
Yeah.
There's another thing later where somebody's like, where the hell were you? And it's like, no, I have literally the world's best excuse.
Yep.
So Reed and Alex need some more time to do a game plan for this runner meet. So you have to go kill some time doing some missions.
Yeah.
There.
So these are just kind of the ones that were still available. The push it to the limit is the car stealing one, for El Capitan, who's somebody, I didn't end up looking up what happens. I know that there's like a big capstone mission at the end of it. But I don't necessarily care about the cars in this game. Shot by both sides is neat. Did you do this one?
No, I missed this one.
Yeah. So a really, really paranoid journalist named Bree wants us to go with her to break into an old Militech facility, to find evidence that Militech is messing around with Blackwall AIs to improve their weapons. And she's doing a bunch of stuff, spycraft, like, okay, you need to go to my apartment and, look for this card that has my address. And when you're there, this guy named Dante is like, oh yeah, just, she hasn't been here. I'm her neighbor, all of that. He shows up later, like, oh no, he was staking out her place. When you're deep in the Militech, base there, and he's here to kill her, saying like, yeah, no, like she worked with, she's not a journalist. She worked with me for Militech. And I ended up shooting him. And, just under the guise of like, oh yeah, no, she may have worked for Militech, but she wants to expose them. She wants to, kind of like be a whistleblower for this thing that's going to be really bad for everybody. And she's like, yes, I'm going to go publish this. Then Mr. Hands calls is like, yeah, no, she sold that information for her own profit and then sent agents to kill you.
Yeah, the people who you think are good are bad, and the people you think are bad are good.
Yes.
The all these side quests together. I did do the next one you have on the list, Dazed and Confused. There's a brain dance star named Lena Molina. They all have names like that, fucking whizzy gizzy, busy dizzy, from a brain dance store. But it turns out this is just a guy who thinks that he's her because of a power outage.
Yeah,
his friend.
He got locked in. Yeah.
Yep.
And his friend wants to exploit this, like to make a brain dance to try and stop his store from going under. Right.
Yes. Yep. You can find a letter that the guy who is sick wrote to Lena. To try to trick her to coming to the store and reading it to him. You can do this and it cures him, but Lena will be mad at you.
Yeah, because you brought her here under false pretenses. You're like, yeah, no, just we've got I'm an agent for a huge deal. Come to this store, and seeing that this guy seeing that he is not Lena Molina is enough to like make him snap to him.
So we go to the safe house and we run down this plan. Hansen is meeting these runners to work out how to activate the neural matrix with the promise of using it to help Songbird before he goes on to do whatever he wants to do with it. So we have to hijack their rental car So when we arrive at the meeting and then we're going to arrive as the meeting disguises them. This is going to involve taking over a relay tower for a little bit. Something that happens here that I like is your stats or your build can actually influence and short circuit quests.
Yes. Yeah.
Bits in this because I was playing as a hacker and I had my intelligence really high. You do one of these towers, you take it over, and they say, "Oh shit!" They bounce the signal, and it gives you another task to go somewhere else, and you get a dialogue prompt that's like, "Hacker level 15." No, I'll just reroute it here.
Yeah. I can do this remotely, save ourselves a bunch of time. I think that second tower. So I did the same thing. I think that second tower is like a more substantial dungeon kind of thing that also has its own like side quest. Like somebody that you meet there will like contact you later for a job.
Interesting. Yeah. I was just like, oh, I can do it from here. Why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
And this is used really cleverly in the new ending as well, which we'll get to.
Yeah. So we hack the tower, and Songbird says, hey, before we do this, come in and meet me at one of my special places here. Did you do this to learn more?
I did.
Here? Yeah.
Yeah. It's very funny because it's all of the pathos for Songbird all at once. For this. And this is where she dedicates her life to you and says you're the only person worth trusting in the universe.
Yes. Yeah.
It's at this place that reminds her of growing up in Brooklyn here. And she talks about being infected by the Black Wall.
Yeah.
And you can say that you relate to it. It's interesting that parallel is drawn so often because Johnny Silverhand is almost benign, in a general sense to you. It's pretty different than what's happening to her.
Right.
In the ending, if you don't side with her, where you do the boss fight against her, which is like, it's a real shitty take on Alien Isolation.
Oh God.
If it's fucking sucks. If you do that, it's not like Johnny Silverhand taking over. It's a malevolent, unknowable thing.
She gets possessed by a demon.
It's a demon. It's not an engram.
Yeah.
It's not a rock star. It's a different energy drink. It's not a demon. It's rock star.
It's from
monster.
It's from Bloodlines. It's Demon Seed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's Demon Seed. He's been taken over by Demon Seed. I understand this idea that like her being like, you can understand because you have Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah.
In your head. It's really night and day. And at the point at which she's like actively deceiving you and deceiving herself is intentionally blurry.
Yeah.
Right? Like she needs you to believe this because she's manipulating you. She might believe it on some level, but we don't even know how much of her is left.
Right.
In this.
Yeah. Like this literally could just be a demon in a human suit trying to manipulate so that she can be set free. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. She says, hey, like I know that we have this plan, we're going to go in and, pose as these hackers or whatever. But like when we are down opening up the neural matrix or what have you, we need to get that thing and then we need to fucking run because if this falls into the hands of the NUSA, they're going to leave us high and dry.
Yep. And I would like to retire as well.
Yes.
So just take it with me. We'll go together and we'll cure ourselves. I'll cure you. You'll cure me. It's a mass cure off.
Yep.
And she asks you if you trust her. And if you say like, yes, this is where she gets very lovey-dovey. Like not literally romantic, but very like, oh, I never met anyone who could understand.
Yes.
Before.
Yeah.
Very cute. Alex also wants to meet with a drink, for a drink. And you can go there. She just wants she wants a normal life, as you mentioned. And you just kind of talk about her background. Yeah. She loves musicals. If she didn't do the agency, she would have done that. She dances for a little while. This also seems like a romance option, but I can't not play a wife guy.
Yeah.
So I got Pan Am.
Yeah. I've got Judy. Come on.
Yeah. Nope. Not going to do it. I just say thanks and leave her dancing in her empty bar.
Yeah. Oh God. So Reed calls saying like, hey, you need to get the cyberware for this personality augmentation put in. So you need to go to this Ripper doc. And when you get there, he's there. He says, hey, we need to betray Songbird. We don't know if we can trust her. We know that she's going to try and make a run for it. We're going to install this ice module inside you. And when she opens up the neural matrix to grab it, you need to like freeze her. So it'll
knock her out.
It'll knock her out. Saying like, I want to interrogate her and maybe I'll let her go. I don't know.
Yeah, and he definitely says he'll let her go. Like, I don't think he's necessarily being honest with you or himself, but he does say he will.
Yeah.
He says, we need to know what she knows and what she's been through, how much the black wall is in this. Afterwards, she needs to be cured.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to work on a cure for her. The interesting thing about Reed, if this were just him saying, lying about it, like, we'll maybe let her go, I don't know. He's not doing it for government reasons. He's doing it because he wants to return her to the form she was before he recruited her. Like, he cares less about her agency than he does about his own guilt of reversing the sin that he thinks he's done.
Yes.
And that he has done. So he's like, I can't just let her go and have freedom because who knows what she'll do? Who knows what will happen to her? Like, I need to fix her.
Yeah.
So I genuinely believe that is what he wants during this moment.
Yeah. He's also operating under flawed information, right? Like, he is dangling a cure saying like, we're going to try and fix her. She's going to run off. She doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't have access to the resources that the government has.
Yes.
Yeah.
We genuinely wants to do this, even though it's patronizing and shitty.
Yeah.
And I say, well, I'll think about it. While I'm getting my augment installed, Johnny talks about how the situation's messed up, how he wouldn't vote for either of them.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like either of these people. They're both fucked up. I flip a coin.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
It's real gross too, because like you hear they're basically taking your face off to put a new
They
plate
do take
under
off
it.
your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. They face slash off you and then like put on like a goopy face, like a clay face that can switch into other faces.
Yeah. So we go to the Dogtown gate and we have to wait for their car, scanning for them. You can miss this actually and need to like go find it as well. I don't know how you could, because there's only one place that cars come in, but I was looking at the different ways this can go.
Interesting. Yeah. They just, they can only go through one intersection.
Yeah.
You take over the car to drive it, and the lady of this group starts counter hacking you to control it away from you, and that's fun. Yeah. Like, you're trying to get to a specific place, then you lose control for a little bit, then you gain control. The alarm's going off.
You have a time limit. Cool. Yeah,
yeah. This is cool.
Yeah.
We get them to this garage. Alex and Reed yank them out of the car and then immediately execute them.
Yeah.
If you want, you can be like, "What the hell?" But it's like, I've scumbags.
I've iced so many people. I gambled with these assholes. Come on.
My body count is in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Like, the idea that these two strangers would be sacrosanct is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not letting that narrow ludonarrative consonants pass.
No. Yeah. This has to be if you do this early, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. Like early on in your career, because you can do this earlier. It is hard. Like, if you do this, I was at endgame, so it was pretty easy for me. If you start a game just with Phantom Liberty, I think it starts you at level 15, which is not very high.
Okay.
I had no idea that's where that was meant to go in this story.
Yeah. So
no,
I was like level 53 or something like that. Something ridiculous.
We end up in doing something neat here. You get in the car, you get dressed, you activate your implants, and it changes your appearance and voice. And it messes with your hormones. It kind of overwrites your personality a little bit, but you still need to have the memories of it. And you kind of go back and forth with Alex, like practicing. Alex was an actress, so she has tips about this. Like, you need to remember one thing they fear, one thing they want, stuff like that. Like, it's well observed and just cool.
Yeah.
Like, being undercover in a literal disguise like that, talking to the person who is going to be your, who could figure you out, is a great, tense, adventuresome situation. Yeah.
So if you're playing as a female V, you take the role of the sister, and Alex takes over the role of the guy. I forget his name. Ridiculously French, these two.
I don't remember either of their names.
Yeah.
The lady's hot.
Yes.
For a video game character.
Well,
and you have to, so you will be, if you're playing as a guy character, you'll play as the guy, kind of go back and forth. The basics between their personality is the guy is much more stoic. The lady is much more flirty and like dangerous.
Demonstrative and much more of like a risk taker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we drive to the stadium and we're like waved in. It's a huge security theater kind of thing. We have to give up our gear before we go in and meet with Hanson there. And we like sit down in a booth and he's asking us questions. Oh, the woman's name is Aurora. And so you have a button that can pull up like a little information dossier, but that is only like part of the story. too.
Yeah, it's interesting. For the guy, it's most of the stuff, but it actually involves a little bit of like, not like logic grid. There's a cool little bit where like he offloads his memory into hard drives. And he'll ask you details about your past jobs, and you have to remember that you did work somewhere, but you don't remember how you quit because that hard drive was stolen. It was like really interesting to like kind of do the math real quick.
Yeah. So like for me, you look and one of the bullet points is that you were in jail for a time in the VIP wing. And he says like, oh, I know somebody who was in the same place. They speak highly of you. He says like, oh yeah, they were in like maximum security or whatever. And he asked like, oh, do you remember them? And the correct answer is no, I don't remember them. Max and VIP were completely different. Right.
Yeah.
And another one is like, I want connections in the French criminal underworld. Can you connect me with, this particular group? Aurore is wanted. She has criminal underworld connections, but is like wanted for the death penalty in France. So like you can say yes, but
the guillotine.
But I need to. But you're gonna need to pay me a lot of money because it's like more risky. One bad option, like one bad pick, is not going to set him off. But like you want to. It's like there's right, wrong, and then kind of right.
Arguably.
Some of these. Yeah. And okay.
I was going to say, I didn't see a fail condition for this.
Okay.
Like I got through this okay. Do you know what happens
if
you get enough answers wrong?
No, I didn't look and see if it's like a game over or anything like that.
I assume so. He's very specifically grilling you on purpose.
Yes.
Like it's like he knows this, and in this world where people can switch faces, like this makes sense.
Yeah. This is where you have to remember if you won or lost.
Yes.
It's like, oh, so, like how did you come out on the night? And, because I lost, had to say like, oh, yes, we won big. Right.
Yeah. Eventually Songbird is ready. You head down into the lab, and this is where we get our big choice. Point of no return. We can betray her or betray Reed. I like that those are the two options that pop up. It's letting you know that like, regardless of the context and ways you justify this will be seen as a betrayal.
Yes.
Yeah. I betray her. You betrayed Reed.
Yes.
So this is where we're going to diverge. I did not take notes as I went, so my notes are a little bit more, or my thoughts are more zoomed out on what you do in that path, but we still have side stuff that we both did.
Yeah, yeah.
In the immediate aftermath, if you betray her, she shakes it off like it's nothing.
Okay.
The Hansen immediately knows something is wrong. Like she signals to Hansen. Hansen kills Alex. Slams her, Cyber slams her up against the glass wall and kills her.
Oh, God. So Alex dies?
Alex dies here. You start making your way out. You're running out like with Reed on the radio as she's taking over all the machines in the stadium.
Oh, shit.
Killing tons of people.
Okay.
It's absolute chaos. You had to fight your way out. On your way out, you get to a boss fight with Hansen.
Okay.
Hansen tries to stop you and you do a boss fight with him. His gimmick is that he is equally effective at range and up close.
Okay.
And sometimes when he's up close, you get kind of like almost like a little cutscene, like you can't do anything about it. Things like a Krauser fight.
Yeah.
Kind of thing a little bit. Again, I was really overpowered though for this. So I just kept disabling his cyberware, doing the cripple movement thing, and then headshotting him.
Yeah.
With a shotgun really close.
No, that'll
so
do
it's
it.
Not too hard. Yeah, it did it through that. Then you get a chance at the end whether to spare him or not, or kill him, and I kill him because he's a dick.
Yeah,
and escape.
Okay.
Through here.
When Songbird is hacking the stuff in the stadium, is that to help you escape, or is she like trying to get at you?
It's unclear whether she is in control at all.
Okay.
Because doing this, she contacted the Black Wall to avoid getting shut down by the ice.
Yeah.
So she's killing a lot of people just generally.
Okay.
It is kind of coded as like a massacre. Like a lot of people die.
Okay.
In this thing.
Yeah. So if you betray Reed, it's 1, 2, 3, go. And you watch as Alex stabs Hansen multiple times. Like she gliding overalls him. It's fucking awful. So he's dead. But like you've grabbed the canister and you run out the back. And Songbird's plan always involved getting into the Black Wall. And, she hacks in so she can control the entire stadium. Basically any piece of machinery in here, but that it really, really cripples her physical form. Like she is, incredibly sick at this point and can only barely move. So you are kind of leading her along, dealing with Barghest troops in the back halls, and you call out things for her to hack, along the way, hack that helicopter that is kind of crashed here so the blades spin and then just mulch up a bunch of guys, make those parked cars, rev it and slam into them, hack that mech, right?
Right on.
Yeah.
All stuff that it's interesting because there's things that you can do sometimes as a hacker. I don't know if you noticed this because we both build as a hacker, but in the DLC, a lot of times I couldn't.
Oh.
For arbitrary reasons. Most of the cars would just say unavailable.
Oh, weird.
For hack, and I think it's because of closer quarters.
Okay.
If I would, but whenever I was doing any of these little dungeons, if I would choose to try to hack a car or hack, I could hack turrets and stuff. I could hack plenty of things.
Yeah.
But specifically trying to hack cars, or if someone was driving something, any of the real
the big ticket
emergent
ones.
system shit.
Yeah.
Big ticket stuff was not available to me.
Oh, weird.
And I had enough RAM, and I had bought all the stuff for it. I was at the end of the game. In the main game, it just wouldn't let me do it.
Oh, weird.
I wonder if part of that was so when she did it, it was cooler.
Maybe. I don't know. She's hacking other stuff too, like other systems. The shutters are opening and closing. The place is haunted.
Yes.
Dogtown's haunted. And you escape out of the sewers. And she's called 2 cars to come pick us up. And it's okay, well, we're twisting here.
The last little bit too, I forgot about this, and I can't remember if it happens right away. But after you leave, after you escape, after Songbird takes over the stadium, the TechNet or whatever come and take her.
Oh, Netwatch does?
Netwatch does.
Okay.
So they come in. The city's on fire. This technopath has killed a lot of people, and TechNet, NetTech,
Netwatch.
Netwatch. Fuck. Netwatch comes and
I'm here. I got you, buddy. Anytime.
Thank you. Hansen's dead. He can't stop them. And also everyone stands down. So Netwatch comes. We get to see a little scene of her trying to fight them off and them eventually knocking her out and putting her into a helicopter evac thing.
Okay. Yeah. I was wondering if she used the chaos to kind of break off on her own.
Yeah. I forgot when that happened, but the next thing that happens is Netwatch grabs her.
Okay. Do you have custody of does Reed have the neural matrix or does Songbird have it?
I think that Reed has it because he's going to use it on you at this point to help you out. He mentions he can help you.
Okay.
Get rid of Johnny. At this point, this is somewhere in there. The chronology of it's a little bit mixed up for me.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't as super important because everything blew up and I had to run or I was going to die. So it wasn't it kind of ceased being a concern.
Okay.
On that playthrough.
Okay. So regardless of what happens, we have some time to kill here. And I made a note of the gigs. I went and did all the gigs, Gary, because they were there's content here. This is neat.
Yeah. It's more than just go to a dungeon and pick up Doodad or Guy.
Spy in the Jungle is cool. You are hired to recover this Brazilian agent whose biomonitor came back online, and he's in this museum kind of in the south part of it's like a natural history museum in the south part of Dogtown, and you go in there, and the person you're after is being hunted by this Russian sharpshooter. And you have
it's Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, it's
very Craven the Hunter.
Yeah. But he has special cyberware that can trick your optics into seeing clones of himself. So you are inside of this jungle museum kind of thing, and he's up in the rafters doing sniper stuff, and you're fighting off little hallucination clones of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a fun boss fight. You get in there, and that agent's actually dead. His little ping thing was reactivated by an interrogator there who is trying to solve this thing with Soviet oil, Sovoil thing she's doing. This is where I felt a little bit of lacking context for the outside world.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's, you had a good reason for this, but also I just treated all these things as jobs because I was I don't know what that is. I ain't listened to all that. This has a second bit where the Brazilians the male Brazilian says, "Hey, toss that thing. Just turn it into your fixer. If you bring it back to us, my partner is going to get herself killed."
Yeah.
Seeking justice. I ran into a glitch. I could not drop the thing off.
Oh, huh.
I was like, okay, sure, I'll drop it off. It's closer. That was my job. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't want to travel all the way back to the Brazilian guys.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. It wouldn't work.
Oh, weird.
So I had to go back and give it to her.
Yeah. I did.
I was like, sorry, here's your death sentence, ma'am. The game glitched.
Yeah. I did whatever one doesn't result in an international incident. I think I was able to drop it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Probably the standout one, because it is mostly like social stuff, is talent agency. The gig here, there's a sports talent school that has not been paying its taxes here to the to the Eurozone or whatever, and so you need to go there and you find out like, oh, this isn't like like a school, but also it's not like anything like Dogtown. The sports leagues that are corrupt as hell, they basically have set up shop here and they have like a super glitzy showroom for kids. They're
farming them out.
Yeah. So like what they do is they take physically capable young kids who have no prospects because they're in Dogtown and then promise them a future by taking them in and shipping them up so they can basically be bought as middle schoolers to be trained up to be, sports freaks for money.
Yeah, mega athletes. Yeah, this is great. This is really interesting. There's shades of this kind of thing in Shadowrun as well, like the way sports interfaces with it. This is like the best thing that I feel like one of these DLCs can do is look at a different facet of how the sci-fi conceit of a setting,
yes,
how society affects it. Because like sports aren't really, other than boxing, are not a part of the main game.
No, not at all.
But of course, if you can get a scissor elbow, you're going to be better at football in a world with scissor elbows. So like I liked seeing this. This is great.
Yeah.
And genuinely creepy. You remind me of being in like a vault. Had like vault tech energy.
It does have that, yeah. But like your choice at the end is, okay, do the woman who runs this place, she's like, hey, if you take that information, we're going to be shut down. You're going to be foreclosing on all these kids' futures, right?
Yeah.
Like this is, you're not going to stop it. It's just going to be fucking over these kids in particular. And Johnny is actually disgusted by this, by everything here. And I'm like, I'm with you, Johnny. Like, it's tough. It's tough for these kids, but like, they really should not be like this, they're going to victimize more people here. So
a child showroom is not something I can suffer, even as a job. And she offers to pay you, like to bribe you not to do it. But again, like here's 1/20th of a car to add to your collection. Like I have no need for money. You didn't make a world where that matters.
Right.
Yep. So I did not do this next one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did.
Okay.
The man who killed Jason Foreman. There's like a tragedy.
Yeah.
In a community where a guy came and killed people, killed a bunch of people, and somebody hires you and says they want revenge.
Yeah.
On this person. You do some detective vision stuff to find him. And when you find him, he's a Bargus soldier who was kicked out and he started selling his chrome. He has blackouts.
Yeah.
His whole thing is he doesn't remember doing it.
Right. And, he's like, yeah, no, I don't have any responsibility. I've been chewed up by Bargeist and spit out, and he says, yeah, and he is basically just like super bigoted against the people who grew up in the stacks. He's really bigoted.
Yeah. He was going to go sell some of his technology and they tried to jump him.
Right.
He's like, oh, that's what happens when you deal with the poors, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I also killed this guy.
Yeah. Their lives don't matter. So like, whatever. And, so I had my blackouts and it's like, hey man, you have motive and means. You gotta go.
And also, I mean, you fucking suck, and I was hired to do it.
Yeah.
Very easy. It's very satisfying in this game when somebody is making their Metal Gear Solid-esque, like, plea to shoot them in the head.
Yep.
Like, imagine being able to do that to Sniper Wolf.
God.
Patch it in.
Please.
It would save Otacon. A lot of, like, getting over it.
Oh, just a whole bunch of heartache. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, man, just rip off the fucking Band-Aid, Otacon. She doesn't love you. She's a sniper who has captured you, you idiot. Go back to your sister.
You fool, who you also love.
Yeah, you freaky incest monster.
Heaviest of hearts, there's this prosecutor who paid a father to testify against his son, and he has regrets. So you need to like go sneak into Mr. Hands's like high-rise hotel, like his own like pyramid kind of his pyramid club, to convince her to delete the testimony. It's like, well, yeah, like the kid's bad, but also I can't stand the idea that you think you can pay for testimony. So that's got to go. Stop that. Come on.
I didn't do that one. And these other ones I also didn't do, but there's one not on the list that I did.
Oh,
where there's a guy who there's a local clinic that the guy who runs it was kidnapped by scavs who had taken over a church.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to make a note of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that one.
No, we did talk about that. That's the one where the guy who ran the clinic out of the church was...
fuck.
Yeah, like, there were people in comas, and he was euthanizing them to redistribute their cyberware. Yeah.
And you can kill that guy, but if you do, he doesn't help. All this stuff runs to the same to me because they all have very similar twists at the end.
Right.
If you do that, the clinic goes out of business. And it's like the clinic doing more good. Is this evil worth it?
Yeah.
For the greater good. You're right. I forgot about.
Yeah. There is just a real basic one where you're stealing a van full of lidocaine from the animals, and like, this is a job for Mr. Hands himself. He just wants to flip a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, you just get a cut for it.
Let me take a look here and just see. Neither of these other two are especially great.
They all kind of run together.
Yeah.
And then Run This Town, which does seem interesting to me. Sadly, I didn't get, and it wasn't because I didn't want to. It just didn't proc.
Yeah.
For me.
So this is after Firestarter. With Hansen dead, there is a power vacuum, and there needs to be a successor. And Mr. Hands is like, "Hey, come and meet me. I have my chosen candidate, Bennett. Kind of the guy who took over the PA. He's a strong leader, and he's manipulable, right? People are actually going to follow him. There's not going to be a bunch of dissent. However, Hansen's accountant, this little nebbish named Yago, is working with the Voodoo Boys to try and make a run for the throne. Yago is just in the pocket of a bunch of different people, and you can help decide how this goes. And there's a bunch of different ways that this can break down.
I was reading about it.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting. You can go to Kirk Hansen's wake during it.
Yeah. And you find out both of them are corporate puppets. And the way to solve this is to basically expose that and say, and basically split the baby. Yago, you be the brains, and Bennett, you be the brawn and the face of this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And, you basically decide it literally over Hansen's coffin.
And Mr. Hands is happy.
Yeah.
And we love a happy horse master.
We do.
So this is where we split.
Yes.
These are the two mutually exclusive things. Since you were talking about Run This Town, I'll do mine first. Okay. It's also a little bit more zoomed out because, again, I didn't take notes.
Okay.
There are two basic missions to the end of this. The first one is Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos.
Oh, that's a fucking power metal song. I would really guarantee you that is, yeah.
And this is basically you hijacking Netwatch to get Songbird. Okay. You Reed calls in all of his shithead contacts.
Okay.
From his career, and basically sets up outside of Dogtown, where the Voodoo Boys are in Pacifica. You set up an ambush through there, and everyone's like, "Oh, no one's ever taken out Netwatch. No one's ever taken them on. Yeah. It'll be really difficult." You have tons of backup. You do the moment, it explodes. You stop the car, and you run down there, and you do a boss fight against 4 Netwatch guys. It starts off with them like a cutscene, they kick you onto the ground. You think you're going to die, but then one of them gets sniped from Reed. He's covering you with a sniper rifle during this.
Oh,
and he kind of they're all absolutely chipped to the gills and very, very strong. They can fuck with your cyberware. You kind of have to wait for them to get hit by Reed, with a sniper rifle in order to get in your damage.
Okay.
They have different things they'll do. It's a kind A for effort. Cyberpunk, it's not a very good boss fight, but they're trying. It's kind of like fighting a D&D party.
Okay.
There's a melee specialist. There's one that tries to play keep away and fuck with your cyberware. There is a ranged character who tries to create distance and then try to snipe you back and shit like that. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I don't remember anything like that from the main game either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the most like overwhelming like force.
Yeah.
You know, you fought like 4 of these real big heavies because there's not a combat climax to the rest of it.
Oh, shit.
For my character. This is the combat climax.
Okay.
When you get into the car to figure out where they kept Songbird, Songbird had escaped.
Okay.
This, and we followed the trail of destruction to where she ended up. And where she ended up was in an old military facility here. That is, so Max Tax, let me see if I can find the name of it. Because I kept talking about the name of this thing, this company, and it felt new to me, even though I was sure that it came up before. Cynosure.
Oh, yeah.
Cynosure was a war company that was also fucking with the Black Wall.
Yes.
Here. And she, you had to go through this facility to find her, as she is encroached in it and is shutting doors and shit on you. And about halfway through, she activates a chimera, like similar to the robot we fought before, but smaller, like a
Mini
labor
chimera.
one.
Yeah.
Mini chimera that is unkillable. And this becomes Alien Isolation.
Oh.
It becomes a stealth, a fucking unending, like it feels terminal, like felt like I could not see the end of this.
Okay.
You spend forever avoiding this thing and doing, engaging with the Cyberpunk stealth engine, which is not super good.
Yeah.
It kind of teleports around. You end up in a room, the music kicks up, you have to hide behind something and you watch it tromp around and then you go do the thing you have to do.
Oh my God.
It's nonstop. Like you go and you turn on the breaker, but then we have bad news about the circuits. Like it just, and it keeps going.
Oh, that sounds terrible. When you said it was
fucking nuts.
When you said it was an Alien Isolation thing, I was like, oh, she gets fully possessed and she's like trying to hunt you down in this place and saying eldritch shit. Yeah.
She is the thing. She is the chimera that's there, but little bits of her peek through as well.
Okay.
And as you're going through this facility, you walk into little like VR things through her connection with you. You can see scenes from her past.
Okay.
So you see like her having fun with her friends. Then you see her get that going bad. That's how she got recruited. She had gone in and fucked around with the Black Wall a little bit. And Reed showed up and said, hey, not only are they going to come for you, they're going to kill your friends and the people who sold you this.
Yeah.
If you want out of this, join up. And she joins up and then kind of shows little bits of her talking to Reed as they had their career together and her getting, cyber surgery done on her as she gets more and more corrupted.
Okay.
By the Black Wall.
Yeah. As she is being compelled to do more and more with it, sacrificing her health.
As she, for the good of the country or whatever. And then as the Black Wall golem, the chimera hunts you down and says, speaks in a voice that isn't hers.
Okay.
About what it's planning to do. And about like getting freedom and stuff.
Okay.
And then eventually you get up to her at the end and you have a choice with her. You can, and again, I cannot stress how long this takes. You keep running into new walls here. You eventually, you get to this part where you're going to shut down the core and you can either help her die. She wants to suicide, or you can return her to the FIA.
Okay.
Through her. At some point in this, she admits something that I know is a big admission during your path, which is that she had never planned to help you.
Yeah. You can only use the neural matrix once.
Yeah. She just was she was using you to help herself. But so I said, no, you're not getting off that easy. You're going back. And this is a fate worse than death. It's a horrible thing to do to her. But when I was talking about earlier, when I played this game and the themes of it came at a pretty bad time for me not to want to live. I was like, no, I gotta live. You going into this servitude is worth it so I can live and spend more time with Pan Am.
Yeah.
Is where I was at in my life. The theme of what this is doing, this whole idea, like what is worth it? Is it worth it to live forever if it means compromising yourself and ultimately if it means becoming not special?
Yeah.
And because when I played this, because of stuff in the real world, I was like, absolutely it is. This woman betrayed me. She betrayed everything. She has an Eldritch monster in her. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Send her back if it means I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
So that is the decision I made. It wasn't the good moral decision. The good thing to do would have probably been to mercy kill her at this point.
Yeah. But,
but I wasn't there.
Right.
I was role playing to a degree to which I could not do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes sense. And this takes you into the tower ending, right?
Yes. Or it makes the tower ending available.
Makes the tower ending available.
Which we'll talk about together. And that's the most interesting thing about the DLC.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah. But there's so much stuff in there that I didn't cover. Again, just know that's tons of that shit.
Right.
Mechanically, gameplay wise, it's one of my least favorite things that CD Projekt Red has ever done.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, that sounds awful. So that Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos, we thought, probably like Norwegian power metal or whatever. Fucking Public Enemy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So
these are all songs.
Yeah, all of
the first one you have is the Killing Moon, so it's these are all songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that part of it was cool. The Netwatch part, but the rest of it sucked.
Yeah. No, the Netwatch heist sounds great. And just in fiction, being able to take it because we've only ever encountered agents of it and everybody's fucking scared of them. So as a in fiction payoff, that's super neat.
Yeah. What happens if you choose to side with her?
Yeah. So after some time, Songbird will call and she's real sick. Saying hey, meet me. I'm in this van in this alley. And you go there and she's on death's door. The malignancies are spreading throughout her body from her brain. Her cyberware is basically rotting from the inside out.
Mm-hmm. Is there red stuff everywhere?
Not all over her or anything, but it's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
So she says, all right, I have the neural matrix. My plan, is to get to a clinic on Luna. Up on the moon is where this is at. So that's going to involve breaking into a terminal at NCX, Night City's international airport, which will involve going through airport security, finding a disguise, and getting up to the roof where we can pull her up. This is really neat because you walk in, and for me, Alex is still there. And wrong thing. Alex is basically not a factor in the story after this. But Songbird is telling you they're going to be looking for us. They know what we look like. You need to make sure that you blend in. So you walk into, the post security terminal kind of part of the airport and stuff. And there are people who recognize you and who are coming up and trying to talk to you. And you're no, sorry, you must think I'm somebody else. You've got to find the disguise of one of the construction workers because the terminal you're going to is under construction. It's neat. You're just doing a bunch of basically social stealth, Hitman stuff, to get back there. You get up on the rooftop and you have Songbird with you, and Myers and Reed land in combat helicopters. The president has come herself to make sure that Songbird is gotten. They know that we're here, and she says Songbird doesn't come back alive. She orders Reed kill her when you see her.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So you get into the terminal and there's already a huge firefight between the NUSA troops and the orbital security, the corp that runs this, the NUSA showing up as a huge breach of sovereignty, right?
Moon Corp.
Yeah. Moon Corp. And you have to try and slip through unnoticed. So you're doing mid combat stealth as well. And we take a break and you can ask hey, so who arranged your flight? A flight to the moon is pretty ridiculous. She basically describes Mr. Blue Eyes, the weird little G-Man guy who ends up being a part of some of the endings. Don't know that guy's story.
I only have vague memories of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not good news anyway. So you get to the control tower and Songbird has to summon this train. And while this is happening, you have to fight off just a shitload of troops. It is just a full on combat climax. And when the train survives, you have to carry Songbird onto it. She has to access the black wall in order to defend us, and to bolster her, you plug your personal link into her. So you can't shoot anybody while you're carrying her to the train, but you get a prompt to just black wall people. So you hold out your other hand and then the red hacker energy just crackles and causes people to seize up and fall over dead.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get on the train and she is basically about to die. And she says like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I really regret betraying Reed, and I regret betraying you. And you're like, what? It's like, yeah, no, the neural matrix can only be used once. And she's known this since the beginning. And her plan was like, okay, we're going to get me up to the moon and then I'll send back for you is the plan. Yeah. But she was never going to send back to you. Right.
Yeah.
And you can kind of you can decide how you want to, talk to her here about this. Say like, I can't believe you did this. Or like, well, you hired me for a job, so I'm going to do this. And Johnny's real impressed. He's like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. Like she dicked over everybody and stuck it out to the end. You know, and saying like, yeah, no, you could try, you could call up Reed and like offer her up. Right. But he doesn't give an opinion about what you should do. So you're carrying,
what did you do?
So you're carrying her to a shuttle and then to the shuttle, and Reed steps out of it, gun drawn. He tries reasoning with you, saying like, hey, if this is about Songbird's life, the FIA, like we are going to take her and try her for treason, but we have the resources to try and keep her alive. This seems super easy to me. We take her, you take the neural matrix. We figure out how to use it and cure you. Right. Mm-hmm. And, tells you like, hey, put Songbird down and, take her with me. And, for the purpose of the show, I refuse. I'm like, nope, I did all of this to get her here. We're going to have this go. Ride or die, even if she betrayed me. So I shoot Reed in the head and get her onto the shuttle.
Yeah. I think you have to there. I was talking to Will about it. And I think there's if you can't like wound him, mm-hmm. like it has to be a death shot.
Yeah, he'll shoot you
for that.
Yeah.
This is a bit we missed earlier, of a bit of context. Mm-hmm. The president going down and everything was always Songbird's plan.
Yes.
In addition to betraying you with the device that she can only cure herself, she did this whole thing.
Yeah.
She made a deal with Hansen mm-hmm. to bring down the ship. What Hansen did, though, was bring it down with like extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
She wanted to give up the president and not give up herself. Mm-hmm. And Hansen took her.
Yes.
So she's been playing everybody from the start.
Yeah, that's the treason thing, is like, she worked with outside forces to basically strand the president in Night City. And, Hansen's the one who fired the missile. It was just supposed to be like a controlled landing in the middle of a city.
Yes. And Hansen took it a step too far. So that's kind of, when we were talking about her flaws earlier, mm-hmm. like her doesn't think it through.
Yes.
Like comes up with really good ideas. I think earlier when Reed talks about her, he says like she'd be great at the opening moves of chess matches or something.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the exact metaphor, but it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But would lose every time, but would
mm-hmm.
be the most brilliant opening moves you've ever seen.
Yeah. So like you're watching the ship go off. Take off, like you've won. And Johnny says like, yeah, like man, like Reed, he dies for his own ideals. Like people like that are never remembered, mm-hmm. like it's a bummer that he had to go, but like his was not a life that is going to be, basically you don't become a legend. Right.
Yes. This whole bit about becoming a legend is going to play really into the tower ending.
Yes.
Of this and it's kind of been a little bit of a theme throughout mm-hmm. the DLC. It's one of the major things it's concerned with is, the quiet life versus notoriety.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Johnny starts comparing himself to Songbird, like both of us did really fucked up stuff, and, you can respond however you want. The response that I pitched was like, oh yeah, I know you two just wanted different things. Like you were eager for the spotlight. Songbird was determined and you were not. And Johnny kind of takes that to heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after?
So after, you're waiting by the river. I was like, okay, well, we're fucked. We still have to find a way to cure us or whatever. So let's go do the endings that came with the base game. And it's real sweet. You can say like, oh, well, at least we still have each other. And Johnny says, oh, I almost even think you mean that. Which is nice. There's like post-mission stuff, like Alex will call you to the bar. And she's like, hey, I have orders to kill you, but there's nothing a spy loves more than somebody who's already going to die and we can just take credit for it. And so like we hand over the FIA token so, she can, say it was honest. Right. And then we just have shots, right? Like I toasted Jackie. There are a ton of options you can take. She pours one for Reed and asks how Reed went. And I admit, like, yeah, no, I shot him. There was no other choice. And, we still toast to him. And then finally, I think the option I pick is, toast to all the fools with principles. And we part ways.
There's a little postscript thing as well where you go and talk to Reed at the basketball court as well. And he basically admits, you can ask how Songbird is doing, when she's in custody. And he basically admits, like, no, I haven't seen her in a long time. It was probably a mistake not to mercy kill her.
Yeah.
Like he admits that he was wrong for the first time in this thing. Like, and he's just real broken, during it.
Yeah. He's been used up. Like all of this is being turned into a plot to like, start up another corporate war. Right.
Yeah.
Like her still being in custody means that the United States still has possession of this nuke that could go off. Right.
And it's ultimately going to have repercussions for Night City as well, as we'll see in the tower ending. Like we're going to see a lot more NUSA and Militech encroachment as opposed to Arasaka. Arasaka is going to decline and new power structure is going to come in. Same boss, new boss, same as the old boss. We've moved things around a little bit.
Yeah.
We have not made the city more free. We have just changed leashes.
Yeah. If you hand Songbird over, Reed will say like, "Oh, okay, you've made the right decision," and then basically it cuts away into my version of the tower ending, which we can talk about here. I imagine some details are going to change, but it's still probably the same story.
Reed says at some point he calls you and says, "Hey, we figured out how to do things. When do you want to be picked up?"
Right.
You just got to be somewhere we can get to. And, it's going to be about a month to get this. We figured out we're going to get rid of this engram. And you choose Misty's Rooftop, which is the place where you chose your ending before.
Yes.
Basically, where Johnny says, don't call anybody because they're just going to die. And you basically choose who's going to die.
Yep.
Or you wait for a very long time and then do the Storm the Castle with just Johnny ending, the one-man ending. My canonical ending, I call Pan Am. Her weird Saul, her weird boss, family member gets killed. And then I get my ending where I go right off into the sunset with her.
Nice.
Here though, I said, okay, beat me here. And Johnny starts arguing with you about it.
He's upset. Like, do you realize that you're going to kill me?
It's, and he's not wrong to be upset. At this point, you call your friends, so my friends were Pan Am and Vic. At this point, and just be like, hey, I'm going to be out of town for a little while.
Yeah.
Month tops, I'll be back.
You can choose if you're going to divulge anything about it. Say like, month tops, secret mission, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say like, oh, call it medical leave or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call for the transport and, there's a doctor there who's, just giving you the rundown of what's going to happen. And Johnny's like, hey, it'd be real nice to bid farewell to Night City. You can ask like, hey, can you open the door? So John, you don't say, so Johnny can see, but you're just like, yeah, can you open the door? And, Johnny says, I'm just glad you'll pull through and that I got a chance to call you my friend.
He started off mad at me about this. And he's like, talking about, and I got defensive about this. Cause again, when I played this, I was not in the best emotional state as Gary. Yeah. And, I was saying, how can you blame me for, do you want an apology? I'm doing this to stay alive. Like you happened to me, which is something that I was a sticking point in the main game for me as well, and he said, I don't want an apology for that. I want an apology for you killing me, as a thing. And then you can eventually break down and be like, I am sorry about that. I wish this had gone differently, but I had to go with the sure shot. Like I have to be alive. And he says, we talk about, he's like, do you think we can maybe forgive each other?
Yeah.
At this point, and you can forgive him and he'll forgive you. And like, you get that kind of moment of friendship at the end. But it's a little bit harsher. Or was a little bit harsher in my ending. Yeah.
And I have no idea what factors into that, like why I got like a more sunny, kind of thing. Because I basically made the same appeal. I was like, I said, like, you knew from the beginning this is what I wanted to do. You knew this was in the cards. Like, you can't start acting surprised. Yeah.
It might be just you had more Johnny points.
Okay.
Or it might be that I had made more progress towards the uploading him conversation bits before. Because he was saying we had a plan that was going to work. And it's like, that is fair.
Yeah.
We did have a whole plan where everybody would win-win. But like, new plan came along, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Regardless, like you're having this conversation and the surgeon's like, oh, emotions are spiking. Let's take care of that, and gives you a sedative. And like, as you're fading out, I don't know if this changes, but Johnny says like, hey, promise one thing. Like, I ain't saying you should never give up. Sometimes you've got to let go. Just don't let anyone change who you are. Okay. Good night, Valerie. Today was a good day. And I'm sitting there fucking crying.
It's a real dark kind of foreshadowing, because you don't necessarily know it, but you are letting somebody change who you are.
Yes.
With this, as we're going to get to in this very bleak ending. Things go dark. Later, we wake up at Langley. Reed is there. He's not dressed like an agent anymore. He's got a desk job. He's still Idris Elba though, so he's still a fucking brick shit house.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah. And, I noticed like, wait a minute, is his hair a little gray?
Yeah. He's aged. He's, you ask about him, you ask about Songbird. Songbird's still alive. That's all he knows. And his job is training new recruits, and he has bad news for you.
Yeah.
Two things that are really bad. One is you're alive. But your neurons can no longer handle implants and mods. You can have really simple mods. You can have a cell phone in your head, but basically that's it.
Yeah.
You are no longer a net runner. And it hasn't been a month. It's been 2 years. It's 2079.
Yeah.
You're in a coma.
You are a time traveler, and nobody knew where you went or what happened to you.
Yep. You were like, oh, can I go back to Night City? And Reed's like, I wouldn't do this. Your body will never be the same. You're not gonna be able to survive there. He's gently telling you that the world has moved on.
Yes.
Through this. He says, listen, if you want to, you can have a job here with me. We'd be happy to set you up. Otherwise, just let the nurse know when you want to go and we'll arrange transport. He leaves. You can call your friends. You have laptops. You can catch up on the news. And you see all your friends trying to contact you through this.
21 missed calls. People getting angry, people being real worried, and eventually they all give up.
Yep. Pan Am will not return my calls, won't answer at this point. Tells me to fuck off.
Yeah.
At this point, I call, what's his name? Riley? Riley? The cop. Rivers.
Yeah.
And he's gotten involved in crime.
Yep.
At this point, and he is too embarrassed to be seen with me. Victor is, I'll see Victor. At this point, he'll still hang out with me, and I go hang out with him eventually.
Yeah.
Here, but yeah, Pam Am will not talk to me.
No, she's
at this point.
She's gone.
Furious.
Yeah. So the first person that I called was Judy because we were in a relationship, and you call her, and she looks normal, like normie. Right? Like, her hair's different and stuff. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm married. I moved to Pittsburgh. And, you can decide how cool you are with that. But ultimately she says like, hey, like, we just can't, I can't let you fuck up my life. I like where I'm at.
I moved on.
Yeah. Moved on. Like it was 2 years. I didn't know anything. Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that was different for me, because everybody else is the same, but like Carrie, he's like, oh yeah, I'll do anything. But like maybe in about 4 months, maybe 6, I don't know. I'm on tour. I'm in Ukraine, and then I've got to get to China. Like he's big timing you a little bit.
Well, kind of a happy ending if you were in a romance with Carrie.
Yeah.
Like, hey, no, let's stay together. It's just going to be a little bit because I'm at work.
Yeah.
You can do some physical therapy.
Right.
But that's not what it's going for. It doesn't want you to have that.
No. It needs to be, you don't have anything. All of your personal connections are severed except for good old Vic.
Yeah. Well, and even that is different.
Yeah.
So you call the nurse, you get a flight to Night City. Depending on which Delamain you have, that one drives you and kind of updates you. So if you have Delamain Jr., it takes that into account, which is nice. He says, the Delamain says nothing has changed, or not a lot has changed, but tons has changed.
Yeah, you're looking out the window.
You look out the window. Arasaka is in decline, but Militech is moving in. At least they were for me. I don't know if this is a thing that is variable.
No, yeah, like Militech is in, and like there are like mecha cops like running up, like walking up and down the street and like shaking people down.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's different. You get to Victor's address. Misty's shop is gone, and now it is it's an Apple store.
Yeah.
Victor sold out to and started working for Zeta Tech.
Yes.
He says, he scans you. He's like, oh, I'm going to be able to fix everything. Let's get a second opinion.
Yeah.
On that shit. And you talk to him about it. And this is sad. This is the Kinks song. Do you remember Walter.
Yeah.
This is he's moved back. He's lost it. He goes to bed by 10 now.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 years, but he has completely grown up and out of his previous position.
Mm-hmm. Like all of his old clients left him. He used to be like a street doc. He traded that in for this, kind of security. And he's kind of defensive about it to you, but also like, I don't know, that's his business, right?
When he's defensive, the game is positioning it as the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the game is positioning this as very sad and playing into that being a legend or being a nobody.
Yeah.
Kind of theme. On your way into the clinic, you get a guy kind of harasses you.
Yeah.
On this ends up coming out later.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of push past him. This is going to come back later. He doesn't know where Misty went. Mm-hmm. Through this, and he gets cut off by his boss, who comes in, and he says, "Listen, you just have to accept the reality of the situation." Mm-hmm. The boss comes in and he says, "Hey, maybe you can come over sometime. We'll have a drink and we'll watch some old boxing tapes."
Yeah.
Which, because I'm an old man in real life, sounds sick. It is positioned as the saddest fucking thing in the world.
Right.
For V, this person who had it all, who, for me, a street kid who was trying to make a name for himself, giving up on this.
Yeah.
Here.
And for me as a nomad, it's like, okay, you have given up the freedom to, have complete control over your own situation. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you leave, those guys who stopped you on the way in mug you. Mm-hmm. You have options, and you have the options like hacker. You can say make his brain explode. You have at least the stat. When you do it, nothing happens.
Right. You don't have
the tech anymore.
Yeah. Your body has changed.
Yeah, you're no longer the same person. And they show this physically as well. Mm-hmm. When they show your character, you have changed. Like for my character, my head was shaved. Like all these things were taken out.
Yeah, that's a reveal. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they push you down the stairs. They mug you. And Misty's actually there and wakes you up. Mm-hmm. And she kind of bright sides it a little bit.
Yeah.
She's explaining what she's going to do. She's going to go to Poland and be a ranger there in this ancient forest, and says, no, you're actually free. There's nothing holding you here.
Yeah.
But you are just a person now.
Yeah. She says, welcome to the world of the faces in the crowd.
Yes. In a meta sense, you are an NPC.
Yes.
This is the video game where you transition from being the main character to NPC and are treated as such and have the abilities of such. Mm-hmm. And it's positioning that as being very depressing because the game is concerned with like Run the Jewels-esque, doing cool shit.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it from a meta sense. It also doesn't seem like a bad life to me.
No.
I have no interest in being a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go work for the FIA for a couple of years doing desk jockey shit, save your money, and then just go do whatever you want. I'm playing this, and I'm like, yeah, that really sucks that the way that you used to live is gone, but fuck, V, you're alive.
Exactly. And I don't think the game agrees with that. I think the game is trying to make you question at what cost.
If it is worth living as not a legend.
Exactly. The name of the mission is Who Wants to Live Forever, right? Like, and all that stuff plays really nicely with Donnie Silverhand's entire deal, like his whole burnout rather than fade away, rock star shit. And I'm too old for it. Mm-hmm. Like for it to have resonance. It was really interesting to me as a video game, like turning into an NPC is interesting. Mm-hmm. I kept thinking like, Pan Am won't return my calls. I was in a fucking coma.
Yeah.
Like that is the best. That happens in real life.
Uh-huh.
Like somebody could expect you to call and you don't, and you got sick or hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But then
my plane crashed and I fell in love with a volleyball.
Exactly. Anything like that could happen. Yeah. And then the way that I kind of justify it to myself, where I was like, this is silly, which you won't even return my calls, but NPCs don't get romantic interest. Like that was something that you got as the main character of Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. And you are no longer the main character of Cyberpunk. You're just an NPC. Mm-hmm. You don't get to hang out with people like Pan Am. Pan Am is larger than life. You don't get to hang out with Judy. Mm-hmm. She's retiring separately. She came on the same path you did, but she did. And you look at Rivers, and he continued to the logical conclusion, of being a main character in these things. The bad ending for it, that's not for you anymore. You're opting out of all of it. Yeah, the game's over. Yeah. Yes. Like in a literal sense, it's a really good. It's like a dark side of the Witcher 3 DLC.
Oh yeah, like
one.
He finally gets to retire, kind of deal.
Yeah, it's like that, but sad. Yeah, like that's one of the most heartwarming endings of a thing I've seen. Right, like the little wink, the little look is just like, good man, my buddy's going to be all right.
You have earned that, my friend. Yeah.
And here, despite talking to Misty and you being like, yeah, maybe I could be a fixer. Maybe I could still be in the game in some way. Yeah. It's really hollow.
Yeah.
Because you are no longer that kind of thing. Like in a metafictional sense, I really love this. Like, what does it mean to not be a protagonist?
Yeah.
As a thing. I think that's really cool. In terms of like a role-playing perspective, though, this is the happiest I've ever been for V. It sucks that his girlfriend left him. As a wife guy, I can't handle that. But just like, oh, you mean I don't have to shoot people?
Yeah.
It's fucking rules.
And
yeah.
I've played the ending. I've played the ending where, we upload Johnny to the net and I continue being a legend. Everybody fucking hates me in that. I suck. Judy leaves me. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the best ending is the one I did where you go off with Pan Am and try to find a cure. Like it's the Eldia ending, for this. All the other endings are different flavors of tragedy. Like that, the one where you go with Arasaka and you become experimented on for eternity or whatever. Like this is a new kind of sadness that is pulling a cool trick because it sounds good to me.
Well, it's like, yeah, like, okay, and it's super neat because like you the only time you see your character is, like when you're looking in a mirror, right? Or when you're in your inventory or whatever. But like, after you send Misty away, the camera, it pulls out of V and you just watch them walk down the street. You see them for the first time, how emaciated they are from 2 years of lying in bed. And then they just kind of like walk and fade into the crowd. Right.
Yeah. Like, okay. You are seeing from like V's previous perspective of just seeing the clutter, like the NPC clutter that is in an open world game.
Yeah.
That you have now become one with.
And it's, to me, like it is trying to play up the sadness of not being able to do your old job anymore. But like, to me, the sad stuff, the stuff that hit me there was like, oh, everything has changed around me. At some point she's like, oh, like, yeah, this must be how Johnny felt, when he woke up after all this time, like everything is gone. The idea of just, getting to live. Okay. The game is over. I need to go be an NPC. I'm a fucking NPC, not in like the, shitty Twitter people, not in the chud way, but just like, oh, the life that
everyone
live.
Is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who are not, it's what real life is. Video games are fantasies for the stuff.
You get to have a dignified, or whatever kind of life you have, but it is still life. Like, count your assets.
There's more to life than like, there's so much more to life than doing randomly generated missions to fight cyber psychos. Like I do so little of that in real life. It wasn't that fun in the game.
Yeah. I've only done it like three times and it's never worked out that great for me.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me too is in effort of like underlining that theme of legend versus anonymity and stuff, they had to make your friends leave you in a way that I don't think would actually happen. And your friend that sticks around, Vic, they had to make that sad.
Yeah.
Like the implication is you're not going to call each other. You're not going to hang out and reminisce about the old times.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, why the fuck not? Like I understand from a romantic, perspective, like, that's nothing, but it's kind of not, I'm not role playing this anymore because my character is sad kind of no matter what. The options I'm given are very damning of the situation.
Yeah.
But just being buddies with Vic seems great.
You can accept it. There's dialogue option for just well, I guess I just have to get used to this now.
The implication though is that it's a tragedy is more what I mean. Like it's not that you can't say it. There's no way to be okay with it. You say you're okay with it, but it's the underscoring of it is bleak.
It's funny because it is a video game arguing to you that not playing a video game is a fate worse than death to you.
In some ways.
Not being in this, not operating in this framework is basically the same as not existing.
And it's a thing where like, when you play a video game, one of the power fantasies you're doing is playing the hero, right? Like one of the reasons why you might play Cyberpunk to begin with is to be this cool guy.
Yeah.
It's built into a bunch of the origins, of like being a cool guy. Yeah. It's what Jackie wanted.
It was his whole deal, right? And
being a cool guy.
You had a headmate who was a cool guy.
Who paid for it. And the game spent a lot of time redeeming a cool guy who did pretty horrible shit and making you like him, right? Like it does a lot of stuff like that. This is a weird section for me where the narrative of this disagrees with the play where I never felt like that fucking cool of a guy. Like I had the sense during this ending of this would hit so much harder if I thought this game was more fun. Which is really damning, but it's true, right? Like there's good writing and great characters in this game. There's a lot of things to recommend the Cyberpunk set of games, but I don't miss this lifestyle because so much of it was not proc gen, but felt like proc gen bullshit.
Yeah.
So much of it was like, oh, I have to go to this fast food restaurant and grab a data disk from the thing. Oh, there's extra crime there. So if I go help the cops, I get bonus points. I can buy more cars. Who gives a shit?
Nothing.
Like the context around what I was doing was not cool enough, often enough to ludically underline this, I think.
It's not rewarding. Like, what do I get most of the time? Well, I get like tier 4 crafting components.
Yeah, a named weapon that is not better than the named weapon I already have.
Yeah.
With a slightly, if I open a small business in an underprivileged community, I get plus 3% damage on headshots.
It's like Judy went to get herself a wife. That sucks. But also I can go do that.
Yeah. Life continues, and all of your friends kind of ditching you at the end is a bummer.
Yeah.
Here, because you get the credits, and everyone calls you up and basically says like, don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
Rogue's like, hey, I'm really sorry about that this happened to you. We were even thinking about naming a drink after you, but if you actually started hanging out, everyone would see you and it would ruin your legend.
Yeah.
Basically saying, you're always welcome at the bar, but don't come. We're not actually friends. Mitch calls and says, hey, Pan Am doesn't want you to try to contact her again. Don't try to contact me again. Like I was pretty good buddies with Mitch.
Yeah.
I went and did that funeral thing with him, but he's like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
You were in a coma, the ultimate mistake. Bummer. Reed calls, and this is, where he says his regrets. He's like, I wish I could have done things differently with you. Because he comes around on that stuff, which is sad.
Yeah.
I think he is a sad character.
It's way too late.
I had Takamura call Goro, since he's still alive in my ending. And he is on the run from Arasaka kind of permanently.
Sense. Yeah.
But he also didn't want to have contact with me. Like everybody's kind of doesn't want anything to do with you for ways that feel like they underline the theme, but don't feel realistic to me. And the only way that I made peace with myself is they're still video game characters.
Yeah.
Pan Am wouldn't do that because she's going to go be the NPC for another hero. And I'm not that anymore.
Yeah. And also, I mean, like it's a situation. I don't talk to a lot of people who I really liked that I had a job with, right? Like a lot of this like is the horror of losing touch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A cool thing for a game to talk about, and to deal with in kind of an interesting way, through big, cyber demons and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually Victor calls and says, hey, let's actually hang out. I'm going to be reassigned to San Francisco. Yeah. And you're given kind of the soft option, an implied option to go with him.
Yeah. It's like, we can totally go. We can totally go and hang out in San Francisco. I can set up a new life there. It's outside Night City. It's great.
I'm not nearly as in love with Night City as either of my avatars are. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, really interesting ending. I wish it had been in the main game because I think it does interesting stuff that the main game doesn't really talk about.
It kind of doesn't have a lot to do with like the spy intrigue stuff, really.
No, the spy intrigue stuff is the most mechanically fun the DLC gets, but it is, there's kind of like a big theme pileup. I feel like in the DLC, there's a lot of things it's trying to talk about, like what it has to say about duty or country or like the way the government treats employees and stuff is not always as successful as some of the things it's trying to say with this ending and with the, culpability stuff, like the guilt stuff, that I think it's dealing with the 3 that I think is a little bit stronger. Yeah. For this.
It's weird.
It's weird. Glad I played it. Like ostensibly I like it. Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077, one of the most almost there games of all time. Like with a lot of tweaks, this could have been an all timer, and as is, it's just always going to have an asterisk by it. Like I don't think I need to play this again. I thought about maybe I'll play it again with Sanandista, and I just don't want to go do this shooting and deal with this economy and all this cruft again.
Yeah, I will visit the TV tropes page.
Yes, in memorandum. Like we'll get together, watch old boxing tapes with the TV Tropes page. Like we'll stay in touch. But that's going to be it, I think.
Yeah.
And disappointing because I loved Witcher 3 so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Any other final wrap-up thoughts?
No.
For this? If you're listening to this and you have a project or product and you are any kind of marginalized human and you'd like us to shout it out, we'd be happy to do so. This episode, I want to shout out a project from Jesse, who is a trans writer and artist who is working on a web novel called Far Out. You can find this at https://far-out.blog, as well as at Far Out blog on Blue Sky and such. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
It's about, identity, about what it means to become an icon of a movement that you did not intend to, what it's like to live with ADHD. And kind of through this character, this Casey Black character, she's trying to help other people understand this. Yeah. So, check it out.
Yeah. Go read fiction by trans authors.
Yeah. At farout.blog.
Let's see. If you have thoughts about Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, it is too late.
Yes.
Sorry about that. We're recording on the day of the deadline.
You also don't get the thoughts anymore.
No.
Not only can you not write them in, the thoughts are gone now.
Yeah, you wasted
them. It is too late.
Yeah, they evaporated. But if you have thoughts about August's games, which are Metroid Zero Mission, Split Fiction, which is a guest episode with Gary and Will, or Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction, which is the premium episode, go to Duckfeed.tv/contact and write in by the 15th of August. We like responses that are concise and specific. And if you have thoughts about multiple games, please write in with one game per response. Yeah.
Make an honest attempt to do this very simple thing.
Yeah.
We won't judge you if you fail doing 2 web forms. You can also, as we mentioned, supporting us on Patreon, helpful, patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. You're going to get the full episodes on the Talos Principle and Mercenaries, as well as all of our old bonus episodes. In addition to that, or if you can't do that, please rate and review us on your podcast directory of choice and tell people. We don't advertise. If you think you know people who would like our show, we rely on you to tell them about it.
Yeah.
It'd be meaningful to us and we'd really appreciate it.
We would. And we would also appreciate if you showed your appreciation for Gwen, our producer. Thank you, Gwen.
Big thanks to Gwen.
Yeah.
Until next time, what should they watch out for?
Watch out for main character syndrome.